Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures, little change so far this morning after Monday's impressive rally. We saw all three major U.S. indexes move sharply higher into the close, even as news surfaced that U.S. President Trump would return home from hospital. He was hospitalized over the weekend and treated for COVID-19. It was the best performance for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 since back on September 9th. The Dow had its best day since July. Meanwhile, stimulus talks between Democrats and the White House also continued on Monday. No deal or agreement was reached. However, the two sides did agree to continue talks once again coming up today. Some vaccine-related names moving around so far in the pre-market. BioNTech, one of those. We'll have a look at that coming up. BNTX, some news regarding its trial, sharply higher on that news this morning. Also, shares of wireless speaker and headphone maker Sonos in the news this morning after Apple removed all electronics products from its Apple Store outside of its own. So we'll have a look at Sonos coming up as well. And SPAC, Spartan Energy, finally set a date to vote on the Fisker deal. We'll talk about that one. It's Tuesday, October 6, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Pretty nice numbers here right across the board. You can see Shanghai and Nifty leading the way, up more than 1%. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far. Yeah, positive for the most part right across the board here outside of the Swiss market, the only one to the downside. Let's have a look at North America as we head towards the open here. A bit of a mix showing. You can see the Dow now up 0.5%, the NASDAQ in negative territory. TSX futures here in Toronto in negative territory. We have Brazil higher to start, both crude oil and gold back in positive territory so far this morning as well. Morning, guys. Yeah, we are looking at decent numbers here. I mean, when I sat down, it was pretty red right across the board, but things starting to come back in the right direction.
Yeah, just take green on the NASDAQ anyways. With the ESR, I should say, the NASDAQ slightly to the downside. The big spike was when the president was released in the afternoon. You saw that ramp to the upside, and we're basically just holding some of those gains. A few things to get to. You talked about the Fisker moving around a little bit. In addition to the Sonos news, worth watching Logitech, because I think they were affected a little bit by that as well. Not as heavily traded, but I think they're down a little bit more than Sonos. So there's going to be plenty to watch here today. We're looking at some chip makers moving higher. Also looking at NIO approaching a nice possible breakout price on relatively light volume. A lot to watch, guys. Some small caps gapping as well. So should be an exciting one this Tuesday. I know that the vice presidential debate coming next week, and ear to the ground when it comes to any kind of deal that might be coming through. Also, AMC basically saying that they are not going to be following suit with what happened across the pond, so they're trading a little bit higher today. I think I might fade that one today, Sean.
Yeah, WWR doing nicely here. Nice little hold through 12 there. Yeah, and the stock market president, he is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. So Donald Trump leaves Walter Reed. Look at the market here yesterday. This is when they had basically announced that he's going home. And you see 1278 or so, just Rip City all the way into the close, all the way. I mean, kind of faded off a little bit at the end of the day, but there you go. This is the triple Qs. You can see it's 278, straight up $2, hot fire. We told you that would happen as soon as he steps foot out of that hospital, and there it is. Just wish it would have happened on the show. We were able to make lots of money. Hopefully you followed us on Twitter. We posted a few things yesterday as well. But yeah, kind of a slow morning right now, but there are some names on watch here: NVIDIA, AMD, and like Neil said, a couple of these biotechs. I'm already short this WWR.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Futures, as we said, they're just trying to go positive as we speak. Let's have a look at what is coming up a little bit later on in the show. Brand new educational video for you coming about 11:45, 11:50. Valeria will have the link all about market making. Is it still a viable strategy, or is it completely been taken over by algos? We'll have a discussion on market making and how you can maybe incorporate a little bit of that into your trade plan. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk this morning and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, guys. I wish you a great trading day. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share the link with friends, and like this video. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Let's indeed get it started. Yeah, lots of, or a few anyways, vaccine-related stories this morning, pushing a few individual names around. BNTX, obviously Pfizer's partner for their vaccine candidate in the news. Europe's health regulator coming out after market yesterday saying that they are going to monitor this trial that is currently underway, BNTX and Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine trial, in real time in an effort to at least be prepared at the end of it, or as close to the end of it as possible, to rule one way or the other as far as approval for it goes over in Europe. So big pop here this morning for BNTX as a result.
8.5%, well, almost 9% here, a gap into what right now like an 89 pre-market top, and it's a slightly low volume. Let's call it like 300,000 or so we just crossed. So you quickly hop to the daily chart. There's not a heck of a lot in terms of levels you're going to be watching up here. It's always going to be more of a fade play where you get this kind of a gap in any one of these names. So if it rears its head above an 89 break and maybe it'll roll over at 90, that'd be the first look. Otherwise, I'd like to just be shorting this off of the 89 top. If we get a little bit of buying action coming at 9:30, just throw an 89 stop in here and see if I can't roll into something. 88, 88 to 88.50 would be a fantastic entry price. Might not be able to get that depending on how strong it is off the open. I'm not even guaranteed that it's going to give you a pop. I've just seen that happen, and that's a setup I like anytime you get a big enough gap on one of these names in overnight news.
Yeah, BNTX and Pfizer, PFE here. Let's go over to a quick look at Pfizer. Yeah, BNTX is all the way up, and Pfizer up another 1% right now today as well. Look, another great long-term hold position if you are looking to make those kind of plays. Right here, this is the daily, this is the 1 minute chart, 37.27. I wanted to call up the daily there for you, just so you could see we're almost above the 50 period moving average, which is a go for me. So, but you do have a lot of this garbage up here. So I don't know, I'm not super excited about either one. If you are gonna trade BNTX, I'm guessing you would probably trade it to the short side. Most vaccine news that does come out has faded the stocks, there it goes, has eventually created this kind of a movement, right? Back down to the downside. So watch out for BNTX here, maybe even this 87 on the downside.
Yeah, speaking of fading vaccine-related news, Moderna, one of those companies that every time it has some sort of vaccine-related news seems to want to fade the move to the upside. We're already seeing mRNA back to the downside this morning. So Moderna hired a secondary outsource the contracting work for getting participants or volunteers to participate in their latest trial for their vaccine candidate. And they failed, this contracting company failed to come up with enough minorities to participate in their latest trial. So a little bit of a move here. Definitely more active for mRNA in the pre-market than we've seen over the past few days. But yeah, already working its way back down. There's a decent level up there around 73 that it kind of rejected in front of already.
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at that 73, and then maybe if it's for somehow gets deep enough into the 69 area. Look, this is obviously going to cause a slight delay because they have to get back to enrollment levels that are necessary to be representative of the population. So I'm looking to see if we can test down to 69. I think the shot at 73 could already be gone, given the bad news. You might have needed a pre-market trade there. But this is the level Brendan's talking about, both from a couple of sessions ago, going to late last month. There was a nice rollover at that same price. So 73, good resistance. I'm just not sure it'll come into play again. If it does, I'll take a shot in front of it.
Yeah, we just showed more WWR up there. Okay, Moderna. Yeah, there was this level, where is it? Right here, that we like, 70.75. So let's get ready for that one. You can hit that to the short side if it does break. That's sort of where we stopped yesterday at 2 p.m. before ripping up. Like we said, the stock market president gets on the loose and everything goes up yesterday. So watch out for this. It was about to fade it back down. You can even wait for 70.50 if you want this level. But Moderna right now, yes, 70.75. We're just going to make sure we have some shorts, and that looks pretty good to me. Much more fish to fry, many more fish to fry, rather than Moderna for me. But if you do like it, 70.75 on the short.
All right, guys, SPAC. Let's go to EV World, the original SPAC, Spartan Energy, in fact. In the news after a move after market yesterday, they talked about October 28th. The date has been set officially to vote on the Fisker deal in combination of the two companies. So a nice little pop here. In the aftermarket yesterday, you can see the volume that came in as well behind this move up to 15. We're coming off from that, but still obviously nicely higher.
Look, I'm an investor in this name, and it's, I think, 13 or 14, something like that. It's finally getting up there, but yeah, it's just coming back in. So they're going to vote on the Fisker deal. Look, I don't know how to value Fisker. I don't really know much about any of these EV names, you know, until the cars get out there and they actually start selling some units. But Fisker has the name behind it, so I think that might be something. I'm just looking at 15.20. I mean, that was the high rate there. The high in the pre-market, that was yesterday about, I guess about 4 o'clock when they announced. And then here it is, 15.08 this morning, looking like a decent level. So yeah, we'll see if the momentum comes in. If it takes out the day's high, we'll trade that. But remember, it's coming from 14. So I don't want to short it, that's for sure. But I don't know if the momentum is going to be there for the long. We'll have to wait till it breaks 15.25, which is a little ways away. It's only 225,000 shares. I'm not super excited.
Yeah, neither am I. I think this it's been solid scalping off support down at 14.20, and it feels like maybe we're going to be seeing that price if it continues that slide. Volume not that great either on Spartan, but I'll watch it if it slides down far enough.
So let's go to Tesla, the next one on the watch list. If you're joining us for the first time, guys, welcome. First of all, we do this every single morning that the markets are open. Make sure you sign up for the watch list. Absolutely free to you. Just throw your email into the link that Valeria will provide in the chat, and we will deliver the watch list to you every single morning. Tesla back on watch here this morning. Pretty active session yesterday, initially strong, but did fade off throughout the day. There was a story out of California yesterday. Apparently someone driving on the highway, brand spanking new Model Y, the roof came off, allegedly, while this guy was driving on the highway. So Tesla said to be investigating that story. There was also the EV news website Electrek reporting that the company has dissolved its PR department.
Yeah, well, Randy forgot to tighten the screws on that Tesla, so that's why that happened. So we're just gonna put that in our back pocket and forget about it. I don't even think that's newsworthy. 428.50 here to the upside there. Obviously, Tesla. No worry on that. I mean, you get one little accident or mishap, who knows? I remember back in the day when someone set their Tesla on fire, and then the next thing you know, Tesla was down a couple bucks on that news. So 428.50, I like Tesla for that level there. Not much else happening. It was very choppy yesterday. We saw that. Let me drop it down to a 3-minute chart for you so you can just have a quick look before we go off on this. But you could see a big move yesterday to the top side. We actually hit Tesla 3 times yesterday and won on all of them. It was one of my top stocks yesterday. We took this kind of breakout, 423. We were defending 420 a couple times as well. So if that can come, that's great. We did wick down to 422 and change. So you do have a little bit of a bottom. Look at this consolidation here. This is like the last hour, basically, you go from 424 to 426, and that's not good. And what I mean by that is just it's not good for movement. You do have a $2 range back and forth. So as I've said before, I think Tesla's trying to figure itself out. It does make a march back to all-time highs, I believe. So I like to look at the long. I'd much rather defend 410. We've talked about that level over and over again, but we'll defend 420 if it comes into play. And then I don't really see too many levels. It'd have to get above this for me to get too excited, which is 433.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you. I might step into something. It might be in front of 420, to be honest, on a bit of a dip on Tesla today, just anticipating there could be some sideways action overall in the market. So I think 22 to 24 might be a little bit of that range, and we'll see what happens if it does dip in. I mean, the market's flat for now, but if it starts giving back any of those gains from the afternoon, might be a good place for some dip buying. Tesla could be the place. That news, I don't think it matters at all.
All right, so Sonos, guys, we'll have a look at Sonos. Apple out yesterday removing all electronics products from its Apple Store outside of its own. A lot of people speculating that this is ahead of new products that will be launched coming up with their latest iPhone launch later this month. But Sonos, yeah, big move down in the aftermarket as a result of that. We're lower again this morning for SONO. There was Logitech, as Neil mentioned, also Bose. Was removed. Any Bose products that were on the Apple Store as well. Obviously not a public company, but we'll look at Sonos here, guys. Down 6% now.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's selling off on light volume. So it was about 2% when I sat down, and we took out this 15 level, 15-20 level, and then 15 even have both gone. I'd look at either one of those on the way back if there's any sort of volume that comes in. And you're seeing only 89,000 pre-market. That's why, for me, pre-market position, a little bit dicey. I do like 15 as the first test, and then 15, 20. If you go out far enough, you are going to find about 50 pennies down here. There's going to be a little bit of potential support in around 14 to 14.20. So if any shorts I'm going to get would be taking them off in front of that quarter mark, in front of that 14 even, just trying to play the momentum. But I wouldn't be aggressively hitting bids here on light volume until we get an opening range. I don't think it's going to be that kind of a stock. It's not as heavily traded, Sono. And Logitech does actually even less shares. I think it was maybe 20 or 30,000 shares when I last checked, so maybe double that going into the open.
Yeah, that was my main problem, is that there's only 90,000 shares traded today. So Sonos, look, it's all about quality, right? They have the quality. The speakers are there. I mean, they're not going to be the highest quality. They do have products in IKEA, at least here in Canada they do. So that's been a good, jump spot for them as well. And Sonos, I mean, look at their daily chart. Brendan brought this name to us somewhere down here. It was like 7, I think it was maybe even this spike here, where it was like, oh my God, they are like an at-home play, right? Because the more people, Valeria just got a new JBL speaker, not Sonos, but more people, adding to their collections, people staying at home, speakers are going to be a popular thing. I'm not super worried that Apple's going to, fade through with them. Thank God this WWR is coming back, guys. We did have a nice little short up here on WWR, which is now coming back in. We played off the high of the day here, or the high of the pre-market 1260. Now it's coming back in. That's WWR. Anyways, Sonos, guys, we do like it. We do like it. To the long, I like it. I think it's overdone.
All right, guys, let's go to the next one. Here is Social Capital, IPOC, the SPAC, more SPAC news to deal with this morning. They are going to take, Clover Health public through a merger in a deal worth about $3.7 billion, including debt. Cash and stock deal includes $100 million investment from venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya and $50 million from IPOC itself. So we talked about this one going back a couple of weeks, but back in the news again this morning for IPOC. They're fading this one as well. I just saw pretty negative here.
Yeah, fading it rather heavily. You're going to see it come all the way back in. Let me zoom out the 15-minute so you can see all the way back into early September. This was where it was 11 when it started ramping up here. There was a double dip down into the same price. We call it like 11 and change before today's action, which got us all the way to 14 pre-market action, and then back down $3 to right at 11 even. It seems like there's support down there. Obviously, this is sort of come and gone if you're looking to sort of profit from the parabolic move. It's kind of already happened the last couple of weeks, moving a couple of dollars to the upside. So maybe defending the 11. Although we've seen these go sideways before a post-announcement, and there might not be a lot of action outside of seeing if there's some support and getting a secondary bounce through like what I'll call 1090 to 11 even. I don't know that there's going to be much too much else to see here. Much else to see here. I don't know. Whatever. I think that's probably the only play for me on IPOC. If it's going to be a sell, I'm probably not going to be involved in it.
Yeah, I don't have too much interest in that one right now. We just covered some WWR here for a decent win. We're short at 12.01, but just in the money now because we've had an average price and gotten some out up here now coming back to the upside. I don't have much love for that IPOC today, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's go to VIR Biotechnology. This is GlaxoSmithKline's partner in their attempt to add an antibody treatment for COVID-19. VIR Biotech, so VIR is on the NASDAQ. They came out with some positive data on their trial. Again, this is an antibody treatment, so not necessarily a vaccine, but for cases or those who have COVID-19 and are in hospital. I just noticed this one already coming off quite heavily as well. Still up 11.5%, but I mean $4.50 already from the top.
I think.
Yeah, this one faded right off of a previous level at 49, 48.38. It just turned on. As you mentioned, already coming in. It's trying to make a bottom here. Just going to quickly show you the 1 minute so you can see the pre-market. 43.50. Literally broke like a couple of seconds ago to the downside. This is the level I wanted to play off of the open. I saw this little push back into 46. There was a bit of a fall off here. So if there's any buying into that price, I want to be part of the fade party here. Is probably seemingly a better trade than BioNTech. I mean, just given how weak it's already looked selling off on the news here, but I'll play either one of them as long as the setup's there. It's 46 is going to be my first look to short in front. If it rolls over, we'll call it like 45 as an entry price area. Give it to 46. But that 43, if it goes, might not get the chance here, but I don't want this one before 9:30.
I just want to give this, so Jenna Parker here, the news guy is so good at his job. And I made sure Brendan is the best. And then down here as well, yes, his delivery is on point. So Brendan, although you're up at the desk, I know you don't get to see the chat all the time, but getting a lot of love there. So thank you again. I'm going to thank publicly, obviously, thank Brendan for all that he does. He keeps the watch list on point for all you guys and brings this news to us every single day. So thank you, Brendan.
Very much appreciate the kind words, guys. We work hard. We love doing the show for you, so thank you so much. Let's move on to clean energy names here. We saw a few of these going yesterday. WWR was the big one. Again, we've mentioned it a couple times here this morning. Westwater Resources back to the upside, but the difference here, and I want to specify this, the difference this morning, we saw in the pre-market yesterday, WWR just straight higher. We're already kind of fading back in after another gap to the upside. There was a presidential order that was signed late last week regarding some of these minerals that these companies are mining, taking care of both the mining aspect and the preservation of those. So that seems to be where this positivity this week is coming from. I mean, there's that PLL, that Piedmont, there's OPTT, there's the LAC, WWR we mentioned. There's a long list of clean energy names, guys.
Brendan, like, first of all, I don't even know if I should have done that shout out to you now, because literally the chat has not stopped with the love for Brendan. They want a mug with Brendan's mug on it. They want everything. Brendan is a dream. Oh, Brendan is a dream. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Randy as well from Marlin. So what's up there, guys? Yeah, this is what I do, man. I share the love. Production, Brendan's there. Everyone's here. We absolutely love our family, and I'm glad that you guys do as well. Shout outs once again to Brendan. But I'm already in this WWR here, and we've been talking about it. It was bad here. Not bad. We took some profits, and it was really good. We tweeted it out as well. But now we're getting ready to break this top side, 1255, 1260. It breaks there, and we'll be out. But we've already captured profits on this. So there we go. Stop. There. Okay, now the chat has gone absolutely haywire, Brendan. They want Brendan T-shirts. Brendan is God. Oh, down with Sean. Okay, yeah, we like that one as well. Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing. They're down with me on this. So, yeah, anyways, Brendan for president, maybe prime minister. Brendan, do you have a U.S. citizenship?
No.
No, okay, so Brendan for president can't happen, but prime minister 2020. Brendan underwear. Okay, Brendan glasses. Brendan the Messiah. Okay, this is getting out of hand, but yeah, hey, look, that's why we're here, man. Look, we're having a good time. Everyone, you're welcome. That was really fun. Let's keep it going, guys. Yeah, exactly.
I absolutely love it, guys. Let's get to a couple levels. The WWR, it's going to get traded today rather heavily. I've taken 2 shots at it already. Multiple fills the first time. Second entry here. But let's note back here when there was a reverse. $10 was that high. It's broken through. There was several failures there. So any slide to the downside, I might expect there could be some support at 10 even. Otherwise, you're just firmly looking at like a 14 half, guys. That's what it's all about. To that high end, I've taken 2 shorts. First one didn't work. Second one is off of this level, that 1250 area, and then looking at 13 as well. So WWR firmly in play again today, but it's looking rather strong, I was noting in the chat. So do watch out if you're shorting it. Could get a little hairy on this one.
Yeah, 1250 definitely going to be my number as well on that WWR. If it gets above that 1450, maybe the next kind of level to the upside for that one. OPTT is another one that looks interesting this morning. And there's one more. Oh, CBAT, that's CBAC, CBAK Energy, CBAT ticker also looking a little bit interesting. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's maybe, guys, I'll throw you on the spot here. We'll bring in Arun and have a look at the overall market. Yeah, AMC, there's more news about AMC. We talked about it yesterday. Scene World over in the UK came out saying they were thinking about closing down. AMC this morning saying they're not going to do that. Everything's fine, and all of their theaters are going to stay open. So we can have a look at AMC as well. Hey, Arun, how are you?
You know, it's just another trading day, right?
You know, how's the market looking?
It's going to be interesting. This open's going to be interesting. 3,400. We're flirting with this now, and what it does at the open is going to dictate exactly what I would want to do for the rest of the day. Now, if we can settle in above 3,400, actually test it well, get above, kind of go get back under, make sure there's no selling that's actually going to push this back below, then I think going long here using the 90 as a stop. Of course, there's a very high possibility that this just runs some stops above 3,400 and then completely rejects. there's a lot of things that can happen at the open. I'm just waiting to see exactly what they want to do with this 3,400 before I make a decision. You can go either way with it. I'm okay going either way with it. But this 3,400 at the open is going to be the most important thing that I would want to do for at least to start the day off before we continue on. Below 3,400, 3,390 is a level if I decide to go long, of course. Below that, the only level I've got is 3,345. So that's a long ways down. For 3,345 to be activated, I'm going to want to go long look for longs between 70 and about 60. That area opens up a long with 45 as a level, but this 3,400 is going to use 90 as a level for me. Of course, if the 90 breaks, that means they can't hold the 3,400, then the short is good all the way down to 70 as well, using the high of whatever the rejection point is above 3,400. There's a lot of different plays that can be made here, but keep an eye on 3,400. That's all I can really say.
Great stuff. Yeah, thanks, Arun. Looking a little bit strong, as Neil was mentioning here, even the overall market kind of grinding to the upside. One more real quick here, guys. XTNT on the NYSE Arca exchange to the upside this morning. They regained compliance, minimum bid compliance. And there was other debt refinancing, things of that nature. But kind of holding this 2 level right now. You can see a bit of a wall at 2. So I'm going to use, I already in this one, but I'm going to use a really, really tight stop here at 2. Essentially, if that seller lifts, then we'll be out. And we'll revisit 215, 225, even 230, the high from the pre-market. Guys.
Thanks a lot, Brendan. I won't go over that one because I'm looking at relatively the same thing. I have 97s in here. I'm giving it a couple of pennies past that too, just in case. I do want to go back over to BioNTech. We talked about this on the watch list. It already is sliding back to the downside. So original plan was to see if we got a pop into 89, fade in front of it, and then see if we can't sell the news, as it were, on this drug-making name. Going to be trading it over Pfizer, and this is just the stability of Pfizer makes it not the greatest day trade in the world. So BioNTech is going to be the play today for me. Unfortunately, probably not going to get those prices at 88.50 or 88 to 88.50 or so. Not impossible. That's still going to be the first look. If it does immediately slide down from here without any kind of a pop to the upside, I then look at that pre-market bottom on like a 930, 931 type of bounce play, see if it comes back into like 87.50 for a possible short. So that's always a possibility here. And BNTX got to alter the plan as it's running away from my entry price.
All right. Yes, we are getting ready. Yeah, still a lot of love on the chat. Okay, AMD is a name that I like, obviously, to break through the top here. Still 3 minutes to go, so we'll wait to see if it does take out 86.73. I do have an order in right now, just in case it does go, but it's going to be small. So if I get into position, and I don't have a problem telling you which trades I like versus don't like, stuff like that. AMD, guys, I don't like it to get in super early, but if it does take out the top, I don't want to miss what it did yesterday. You saw the run yesterday, so hopefully you did anyways. This is a big move up here. That's El Presidente coming out. And then look at this off the open, another big move at 10 o'clock. Here's off the open right here that we're talking about. 82.50 just rips, man, to 84. Like that's $2 in less than a half hour. So we could see the same thing again, especially with NVDA heading to the upside now as well. We do like NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA, and now it's coming back in. So watch out here. We're going to try to play some of these names. NVIDIA off the top as well. Oh, wow. 555s here. 555, also another play there for NVIDIA. So we're going to wait to see. Like the spread right now, though, this is $1.50 or $1.75 spread. Oh, one thing we didn't check yet was the imbalance locator. Neo right here on the bid side. Everything's B for Brendan, so they must have heard what I did there. Oxy, Brendan, CCL is on here. Bank of America's on here. I don't see Palantir, so we'll wait to see on that one. That's hovering around $9. But okay, that's it, man. We've got AMD ready to go. We've got SPAC. We've got Moderna. Lots of stuff happening. Not much, but we'll wait to see what it opens up here with only a minute to go. My focus is going to be on AMD. Go ahead.
Yeah, just what?
Standing on a table for some reason.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. That's about right.
There he is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a Bills game in the tailgate, and you're about to jump off of that or something. But we got almost just under a minute here to go, guys. Neo, just watching this one come back in. I am looking at a 22 break off the top side, 21.90, the pre-market high.
Oh, shit.
Yesterday's close. If we can come down and maybe defend that price, let's see if Neo can't get itself going around 21.50. But I do like a 22 even break on Neo. We didn't necessarily get to that one. Randy hamming it up as usual, guys. guys. It's going to be an interesting day today, of course. I just want to quickly jump back over to that WWR. I'm out of this one. It did break that 1250 mark, so I got out accidentally long, jumped out of it right away. It looked rather strong to me. When it tests the top, I'll have another look, but 1450 going to be a level, potentially, if it gets up there. Let's drop that countdown. Randy, please don't hurt yourself. There we go. 7, 6, 5. I guess we don't need to lower the bell. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, Randy.
Okay, guys, we're already in right now to AMD, long on AMD, nicely 86.30. So a nice little long here on AMD. We'll see how high it can go up for now. We'll take some out there for 12 cents. WWR takes out the top, and we did reverse to the long. So let's wait to see here. WWR, just a lot of volume, not much happening. That's just a little small long because we got rid of our shares, but now it's coming back into the downside. But WWR, downside right now, and AMD rocking. We're long 86.30, guys, as planned. Let's go!
And BioNTech coming up back to the upside, so we might get that entry to off the short in front of 89. But WWR, man, WWR. I just took out my shorts, and look at this. Immediately, like a $1.50 drop to the downside. There could be a halt down here if it goes fast enough, maybe down to 11 even. If that were the case, I'm going to jump back into another sell position. Going to see if we can't get a little bit of BioNTech. We wanted to fade into this one. I'll get to XTNT in just a second. But starting to roll, or at least trying to roll over, I'm sitting here waiting. I want 88s. I might not be able to get that price, guys. So going to look to see if I can pick something up. This is a short that I wanted. If it popped up, I wanted to fade into it. Ideally, it was going to be 89. It looks like it's going to have to be right here at 87.50.
Yep, and more yep. AMD, guys, a big win, another 40-cent win right there. So we hit the capital on that one. WWR does not work out, which is fine. Here goes AMD right now. It's going to take out the top. It looks like 86.75. So let's go. AMD looking good. There it is. We're back into more shares now on AMD. 86.70. These are big wins, man. We're long at 86.30 down here, and then 86.70. So let's just keep 86.90 right now. Boom! We are in the money now. AMD, we gave this one to you. We hit this to the long side. Nothing but cash. 87 now, AMD, guys. The double shot. Bang in there. Bang in there. Still to the upside. Let's go, AMD.
Yeah, let's go with XTNT. Doing backflips already. I'll get to BioNTech. That's a winner. But XTNT rolls over off that too. Gets them out at 186. Gets them out at 182. Gets them out at 181. It's already going to be a 10% move. I like this one all the way past that quarter. $1.52. The ultimate target, because that's where it closed yesterday. You guys know the plan there. BNTX, BioNTech. This was top of the list, I do believe, on the watch list. We know that fading sometimes. This vaccine news is going to be the play. More volatile, of course, than trading in Pfizer. Gave this short, guys, 87.50. I would have loved it off 89. We couldn't get that because it was too early in the pre-market. Just got some shares out 86.50 for dollar win. It's now a couple of dollars in the money. There's an $80 stock yesterday. I'd like to see if we can get down to 84, and I will short a pop using that same 87.50 level to get back in. But nice winner. Couple of shorts, couple of wins. WWR, you can have the direction right, but if your execution isn't any good, doesn't matter, guys.
Yeah, what's up, Beep?
PPSI, guys, Pioneer Power Solutions, another one, big time move in the pre-market here, 94%. Yeah, that's still Sean. There we go. Pioneer Power Solutions, PPSI, 90% to the upside, just broke 3 back to the downside, though, on heavy volume, guys.
AMD, let's go here, guys, as we get to go. Why is my caps lock on there? I just tried, there we go. AMD, 87.20. So this is $1 in the money from our first trade. Then we go long at 86.79. Look, we told this to you guys, and that's why we hit that siren. We didn't go super long off the open, but we did take some shares there, then doubled them up right there, and now bang that one to the upside. So a big win there on AMD. Only 1 for 1 here. We did lose on WWR. However, WWR is now all the way back down. So what a roller coaster that one was. Unfortunately, it does take out the high of the day there, and we get out. But damn it, we had the right trade. Short, 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 short. As long as you didn't get stopped out there, you're laughing right now. But we are laughing at AMD, man. AMD's a big win for us. We'll look to get some more shares here. Tesla, I do have some bids here to get long. We almost got hit. My bid was 422. Goes down to 423.50. So we'll wait for Tesla to come back downside there and see if we can't get shares ahead of 420.
And we'll line that one up and knock it over. But 85 just broke on BioNTech here. 87.50 to the short side. We did already take some out for a dollar winner. Pre-market low. Once that went, I was looking for 84. It's trying to turn around here around this 85 level. Can't really catch an offer lower than that price. I'm not going to be trailing this one. I'll give it back to that like 86.50-ish area and then make a decision because I'm looking for a re-entry point possibly to continue to sell the news. I like 84 as a level. If it breaks 85 and downside, then I'll look to get out on that momentum. I can tell you XTNT just continues to fall, guys. So it's a little bit of slaying the dragon action, and I'll say slaying Brennan because I know he's looking at the same stock here. I just took some more shares out there on the south side of 180. Is now headed down to that 1 3/4, 175. 96 is my short price. I'll continue to take some out. Going to be like a 20-cent win here on some of these shares, but I am looking to see if we can't get 55 to 60, 152 previous close. I want to have 10, 20% on for the home run all the way down to that bottom. When these things don't threaten you, you want to make sure you hang on to them just a little. But there goes BioNTech, now $3 into the money. I just saw 84.50 on the bid. 84 is the target. We're getting very, very close, guys.
Okay, we'll take a little bit more long on AMD as it's coming back down a little bit here. So we did take some more shares there in the 80s, I believe. What was that last fill there? Oh, 89. So we're at 77 right now. So we're just going to watch it out. It's coming back to this VWAP spot right here, 86.55. We can't let it go too much below that, which would be right in this sort of area here. So watch out for a little bit of a break lower, 86.35, sorry, on AMD, and we'll get out of that one. But right now, not going up is AMD, but coming back down, 86.35 is going to be our out. So let's get a little bit more now at 86.50. We're giving back some of what we took on the long, but that's okay. Let's see if we get a little bit more down here. What's up, E? I
just saw this AMWL, American Well Corporation. This is a telehealth company. Big move up yesterday, and I mean big move up yesterday, 29 to 33.5. We're up to 36 here, 8% for AMWL, guys.
And we're going to go from Brennan into a win. It's yeehaw. Let's ride this one to the downside. WWR just halted, by the way, but BNTX right to target. Just got out at 84.33, so a $3 winner on the second half of this position. If it goes further, fair enough. I had a target on this short. I had to get in a little bit more shallow as it started to slide off. The play was always fade off of the pre-market high at 89. Once it broke the pre-market low, had to readjust the range. Fortunately, we anticipated there was sometimes buying at the open on the good news, and then you're able to fade off it. The second it slowed down, jumped into the short here at 87.50 at the top, get out in front of the new pre-market low, and then the rest of the shares down towards that 84 target. If it goes further, fair enough, but I'm looking at 80 to 81. If it gets anywhere close to that, the bounce play has worked on this setup when it comes to NVAX. I would expect BioNTech to be the same. So anything close to 81 is going to be a long on BNTX.
Okay, so AMD does come out, so it comes right back to where we got in at 30, and then continues to fall down. So we get out of a little bit there. We get out of about 2/3. We're going to go long again. There it goes through 86.35. We did take one more long there. We'll give it to 86.10 or so. So we got to take some profit out here as we make the money back a little bit here on AMD back to the upside. So we still have that long at 38. We just took some out there, or did we? I guess we never got filled there at 45, but we're waiting for some 45s. The bottom though, man. 86. If 86 breaks, let's get the heck out of Dodge for AMD. We thought we got some 45s there out. We did not. We missed it, but we're long 86.38. Just this one trade for me, man. WWR was a roller coaster, and I do see what Neil's saying. Now it's just popped up back. That's not the WWR chart. It's still not the WWR chart, but it goes upside, backside. My chart is not loading. I'll have to get that.
Yeah, I'll quickly show you guys here. Just a WWR halts upside. So it did come down, fails at that 11 even price. I taken a couple of shots at this one short. I had one profitable trade, and then the second half of it had to take the hit. So I'm down on it, 2 for 3 today. If it goes up from this reopen, which I think will be in like 3 minutes or so, and fails to get through this 1350, might think about shorting it again, but this has been relatively strong all pre-market. I would not be surprised if it were to make another push up. 1450 is a level worth bearing up to the upside, 1440 to 50. If it halts above there, it could go parabolic. So watch out. You could see successive halts on this if it gets going to the upside. It's looked a little strong, and I think that one is going to be a dangerous one to be shorting, but I won't shy away from it if I get the turn.
Okay, it looks like AMD is going to break. Here comes Tesla, too. We do have those bids out there as well. So Tesla could come down 420 and change. Look at the NASDAQ, man. We are coming back down right now, so you got to watch out. AMD does print down breaks 86 temporarily, and we do get out a little bit there. So we're going to still take it. I still like the long, but the NASDAQ's got to go, man. So far, it's just been nothing but downside. We don't want to keep chasing a loser. So right now, AMD down, 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 and we've only been going long. So right now, 0 for 1 on AMD. WWR, we missed on that one as well. Now halted. We did talk about that. We'll try to find some more for you, man. CCL breaking upside right now. Look at the NASDAQ trying to find a bottom here.
Yeah, and here comes that NEO sort of into those into that 2150 area. Just going to look at all of this chop from yesterday, right at 2140. This is why I was looking for a bit of a dip buy opportunity. It did break. Now, NEO did break in the afternoon through that price, and then broke out at that same 2140. So I'm going to use that as a level on a dip buy if the market wants to. I'm anticipating even if we come off, it might be a little bit sideways, and that's why bottom picking on a stronger name, not the worst way to go. NEO going to start this position here. Brendan, what do you got?
Another lithium name, LTHM, big move up 6.5% with the rest of the group here. Also trying to move back higher. Just retook $12 there on a decent volume spike for LTHM, guys.
All right, we're trying AMD again, and we'll see if this one time it wants to go upside. You know, I don't know. Like I said, if NASDAQ has made a bottom, then we will be in luck here. But if it hasn't, then yeah, watch out below again at $86. Could break once again for this. We're long at 86.27 right now. It doesn't look like it wants to go, so I think we should probably get out some and then see how high this thing can go up. I still have visions of us getting back up to 87. If that does happen, we'll make all this money back. But until then, we have not made anything back. So we're going to have to wait to see on that one. Yeah, see, look, we just got some out there at 25. Now it's coming back to the downside. What's the bottom here? 90? Yeah, we got to give it to the bottom, and then we'll get out again. But NASDAQ coming down hard right here, guys.
Yeah, I'll flush that NEO down the toilet. Immediately takes out that 2140 level, so you can forget about that level from yesterday. I'll step away from it. I got to go back to XTNT. It's 50-50 shooting for me today. Thankfully, we're holding on to this winner, and I think we'll get a bigger one as it continues to flush almost through 170 now. So the 96 short now giving you like a 25-cent win. I still have about a third of the position that I'm willing to hold down into this like 150, 155 area, like I mentioned previously. It looks like it's going to be a good one today. I did want to jump back over to SPAC. Of course, we talked about the Fisker vote deal closing. It comes all the way back in. I said if it gave us a shot to be defending 14 to 14.20, that'd be a good price. Almost too fast. One little wick down into 20, and then it just snaps back to the upside. Just too fast to be able to capture it. No consolidation down there. So good price, just not enough juice for a bit of an entry. If SPAC comes down there, I'll look for that long in front of that same price target area, that 14 to 14.20 on SPAQ.
Okay, 85. I guess we got to wait for a little bit lower here now on AMD if we are going to try to catch a long. I don't know. 85.20, that was a level there the other day. 85.20 wasn't bad. So if we are going to go down, maybe that's where we go. 85.20, and then we'll start to pick up some more at 85.50 or so on this name. But Beyond Meat, I see you there, Marlon. Beyond Meat, yeah, taking off today. Come on, charts out. My charts are
guys, look out, WWR. It's about to take that 14.50. It might halt on a break of that price. There might actually be a halt to the upside. So it's just come from like 1280 all the way up to that 14.50 and turnaround. That was the price I mentioned to you is going to be the danger for short sellers. I think it's a momentum long through there, and then it could go parabolic. It's already done 25 million shares. Well, actually caught me off guard there, so it's going a little bit crazy. Brennan, what do you got for it?
Helion, guys, talked about it yesterday. Day number 3 here for HYLN. And again, to the downside. So 10% move here for HYLN. Just bounced off 34, but 36.5. Wow, well, that was a great trade. If you caught it on the short side for HYLN, guys.
That's why we love Brennan, because I forgot all about Helion. What crazy stock it's been the last few sessions, just sliding off a cliff again. I'll short pops on this. I got no problem with that. I'll short a consolidation if I can get it. It's just been crying to the downside, and I'm looking at this 36.10 as a retrace. I think that would be a good stop price. WWR turns on a dime, so 14.50. That is the high to the penny. It's now down $2. I was looking for the break. Missed the turn. I said I wouldn't shy away from the turn, but there was almost no chance to get it. Hopefully, if there's a pop, I can short it on Helion and not miss that one. Brennan, what do you got?
Sean was talking about AMD. Look at NVIDIA as well, just popping up on a day high scanner here. 562 now through that little pivot. 556 for NVIDIA day highs, guys.
Yeah, I feel stupid because AMD's not near day highs, and that's the only one that I've been trading today. So, yeah, we traded the wrong one, and that will happen to you there on you sometimes. So we'll go a little bit longer here on AMD just to watch NVIDIA keep going higher and higher. Hopefully AMD can catch up and we can get going back through 50 here. We're long 33s again on AMD, guys.
Yeah, just a couple of other names here. I just want to quickly get back to DraftKings making some moves to the downside here. I know we've neglected it a little bit, but it can't get away from this stock. It is selling off a little bit further. There was, of course, the offering that was priced. It is coming right down into this 58.60 level that we were talking a little bit about yesterday, but was the opening range bottom from yesterday's price action, guys. So let's just watch out, see if DraftKings can hold this. One bounce already off of that price. It looks like that's going to be the level to put in. DraftKings firmly on the radar. If something's on the watch list from a day before, keep it around for a couple of days, like throw it into your quote board, whatever you use as a reference, because I promise you there's going to be activity in some of these names. DraftKings, evidence of that today.
Yeah, I should go over to DraftKings. We've been actually smoking DraftKings, guys. So 59.30. Yeah, yesterday we went long and short on this name. Look, hit the like, man. Hit the subscribe. If you guys are liking the show, give us some love right now if you can. We're trying to get to 2,000 likes. I think yesterday was about 1,800, so we fell a little bit short. Our record's somewhere near 2,300. Valeria will come back with that record when she gets a chance. But right now, AMD, I was just watching DraftKings there, but my position really is on AMD. And we just did scalp out some of these longs. Up to VWAP there, 61. Now it's coming back in. So as the NASDAQ goes, man, so will AMD. Let's just check out our friend NVIDIA. Love NVIDIA, man. What a great stock to own. What a great stock to trade. Takes out the day's high there, like Brendan mentioned, but now coming back in. So we got to watch this AMD trade.
Yeah, and halted again, WWR, this time to the downside. So like I said, to the penny, that 1450 level we'd mentioned. If it comes on an open and it's going to be higher than this halt at 1218, I'm going to be watching this level here, 1290 to 13. If it cannot get through that, I want to take a quick short trade in front of that 1290 to 30 with a hard stop. See if it can slide through $12. If it breaks to the upside, it's 1450 breaks long all day. I think that is squeeze territory for WWR. It's obviously already been squeezed the last couple of days, but could get out of hand if it ever broke 1450 the way that level turned around. So it's going to open up about 950 or so. My plan of action is laid in stone here. If I get a shot to be able to short in front of 13 and it wants to open in this tight little range, fair enough. But I'm not going to hold that short through 13 even, and I'm only thinking longs if it breaks 1450. I'm not longing bottoms. I'm only longing squeezes and breakouts. Brendan, what do you got?
Alteryx, AYX in New York. Software data processing company here announced the deal aftermarket yesterday. Going to read more into this, but this thing was 114 yesterday. We're at 146 this morning, 28.5% on huge volume for AYX, guys.
That was a $200 stock that hasn't really recovered that well. So like it's an interesting plan. I know it's up a lot, but I think it had like 15-16% short interest. There's some things to consider here, guys. But whoa, XTNT, that was crazy. XTNT was deep in the money. And then I was instantly reversed long. Look at this, guys. Big time move to the upside on XTNT. Those shorts were deep in the money at 170. I then am getting more shares in front of 2 and immediately reversed long at 205. So watch that one start to go possibly parabolic. I want to take some profit in case there's going to be a halt here. So from long to short, this is why you tune into the watch list, because both Brennan and I mentioned where the outs were, and then watch it test this 225, 230 area. I'm going to hold some of this through a halt, I think, here, but 205 to the long side. Thank goodness I took 2/3 of this out short side. If I was just hanging on for a home run trade and not taking profits, guys, that would have been an abject disaster. But very quickly, from short into a long, taking some out at 230 here, so 25-cent wins in both directions. It's still going up. It's looking like it's going to halt on any break of 230, so watch out if you don't want to hold it through a halt trade. Brennan, what do you got?
Just watching Boeing here on a volume alert here. You can see big volume came in there through 174.5. 2.25%. Not seeing headlines yet on Boeing, but big time strength here for Boeing, guys.
Okay, we're actually into Tesla right now, and that's been a good one. It's been bouncing around 422. We did take that long. It does go down as low as 421 and change. It goes up to 423. So it does go about $1 in the money. I think we can probably get somewhere near VWAP if the market wants to get going backside again. AMD has been a disaster, and it's just coming lower and lower and lower. So we don't have many shares on. I was looking for a spot to pick some up here, but the NASDAQ could fall, and then obviously AMD. I mean, we were hitting the short not too long ago and loving the short on AMD. So now we got to get ready to try to defend this long that we have when it's clearly breaking. So not big position. We got flushed out all through here. So we're just trying baby steps right now to see if we can't pick up something. But I will try again here at like the same level I was talking about, 85.20. See if we can't get some 85.20s on there and actually put some shares on and then see about taking this one backside up. But 85.20 has to hold. The reason why we like that, and I went over it yesterday, here we go. It's right here. It's sort of right where we started to go, 85.20. There was a top here, 85.14, 85.15. Actually, they're all 85.20s. Bang, bang, and then bang again. So if we come down, that could either be a breaking spot, it will be in a lot of trouble, or that'll be a good spot to load up, and that's what we'll try to do. And here goes Tesla. $2 now in the money on Tesla.
Wow, and talk about the crazy price action. Again, this is why you've got to take profits. I'm going to floss it off here on XTNT because all the way out at the top for the majority of my position to the reverse long, and then it immediately snaps back down to 2 even. I'm just going to take it off. I want to see it maybe test that top one more time before jumping into a short. If it's below 2 and holds that price, I think it's going to maintain a short. Now that it failed to break through a pre-market high with crazy volume to the upside, if that couldn't break the top, could be a short again if it holds 2 even. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Yeah, not seeing anything new, any update. Anyways, that was the one XTNT that regained the compliance with NYSE. Express SPA just popping up here. We talked about this right at the end of the show yesterday. Nice move up late in the day as well for XSPA. 2 days in a row here. 15% again for Express SPA, guys.
WWR just reopened. It is opening lower. No chance of a pop. And I remember I was looking at a short, hopefully in that 12, in front of that 12.90 to 12 to 13 range. Not going to let it go past that price, but it's holding the bottom end here. If I can pick something up at a reasonable price and reasonable risk to that level, I'll go ahead and do it. But you can't let it go past that 13 mark. I think that's a little bit crazy, but the 14.50, that's the only long I'm looking for on this stock. It's probably the only way you can catch me in a long is on what I think is going to be a squeeze through that 14.50 price. XTNT now holding below $2, so it looks like the short could be back on. I've entered a position in WWR, just got some here at a 12 break. Only add if I can get something closer to 12.50 because it's that 13 stop I'm looking for. It's 11 that held here in the pre-market and then off the open a couple of times. So definitely have to take profit in front of it and watch out if it breaks 13. I'm not holding through there because there's likely another halt coming, and that would be an upside one.
Okay. Tesla right here, guys. We're long at 422. It just ticked to 423.60. I don't really have a target for this one to the upside because, again, the NASDAQ's just been getting crushed so much here. I think 425, like I was saying, right about here, right where VWAP is, kind of some little consolidation here, not much. There's also consolidation here at 424 yesterday, or this morning in the pre-market. I'm not too worried about the pre-market volumes. They're pretty light. So I'm looking at 425 here to start to get some out, maybe a little bit ahead of that, 424 and change. We just need one little spike up, and we got that. Okay, we're back long, AMD, or not back long, we are long. We did take a little bit of a tester there, like I said, at 70 and just got some out there at 80, and then it just went to 90. So we got to get this back above 86. Let's put our Tesla order in, like I said, right here, maybe right around 424.85 or so. So $1 more to go right now. A nice little, though, $2 winner. We'll hit the slap shot here for Tesla. We're not out of it yet, so no blowing up of the money yet. We just need another $1 and we'll get out of some.
Yeah, I just want to go back to this AYX that Brendan had brought to our attention. Of course, it crossed 150. If you go to post-market action on the release, it's trying to get back up to that price. So if it fails to get through a fresh high from yesterday's action, this was previously a $200 stock if you go back far enough. But if it fails to get through there, I'm looking for a roll shy of that price with like a 150 stop. 152 is as far as it got, but I want to use that 150 if I can as a place to jump in front of it. Watch out, the short interest was, when I checked, about 16% on the name. So it's not quite crazy squeeze territory, but you do want to be careful. Make sure you have an out. Mine would be 150 if I get my entry price. Brendan, what do you got?
Polar Power, another one from the watch list guys in the clean energy group here. A little bit stronger than the rest here. Still kind of flirting with this 450, which was that initial high from the pre-market. So watch 450 on this POLA. Otherwise, $4 needs to hold as support. This group very strong so far, guys.
Pola. SPAC. Okay, let's go over to SPAC here. We talked about them settling with Fisker. It looks like their vote's going to be today. And I told you this name wasn't super exciting to me in the pre-market. But if you did short it, then yeah, it was exciting. Comes all the way to the downside there on that play. So watch out for SPAC here. Could get going. I don't know. I don't know enough about some of these SPACs and how they trade the day of the vote. So I'm going to stay away from that, but there is something there for sure. If you are interested, we are going to get longer on Tesla. It's coming right down to that 420 level. So watch out for this. What's up, Brendan?
Just to clarify, it's the 28th, Sean, that vote. So they just finalized the date is October 28th for that vote. One more here, guys. Twilio just popping up on a volume scanner. Right back to highs here, 295. Was that last little swing high there on the daily chart for Twilio, guys?
Love me some Twilio. Yeah, Twilio. There's the cloud company there just rocking. Twilio, one of a good position that I own as well from IPO day. But Tesla's testing that 420 here, guys.
Yeah, can't get away from that number. I want to go over to Sono. We talked about this and Logitech, of course, getting removed from Apple stores and possible launch coming from their own products, but starting to fade off here. I was looking to see if there was a fade opportunity. A couple of levels that we were watching, if it could on volume get back up to like 1550. This was sort of the price range I was looking to fade. If it gets to like 20s, I'll start in front of that 1550 mark to see a south side trade. It never got down to that 1420 for a defense. I think that is going to be obvious support. I'd like to be a buyer down there if we can get it. Nothing doing in terms of that far of a fall. If it happens, fantastic. I just hope I'm already short if we get that opportunity in Sono. The volume is now picked up after the open. Very, very thin pre-market. That's why we didn't want to have that trade too early, guys.
Picked up some more AMD down here, 86.50, getting it out now in the 70s. So we're just trying to rinse and repeat a little bit here on AMD, just trying to, again, protect the bottom. I'm not going to actually put on big shares until we get down here, man, 85.40, 85. Was I not bidding 85.40? Of course I wasn't, didn't get hit. But 85.40 down here, we're waiting for that to come, and then 85.20. But it could be coming faster than we think here on AMD as the market right now coming back. I mean, the trend is your friend if you're short today. What's up, Brad?
Just checking on new gold here, guys. We saw gold prices little change in the pre-market, but look at this thing. NGD, new gold, NYSE Arc Exchange, also dual listed, trades here in Canada as well. 13% move, just went from $2 to 220 on huge volume, guys.
Wow. Okay, got into position, new position alert on that Sono. I got 1508. I would like to add to it if there was some chop here at 1520 to 25. If it gets back to that price, I'll take a shot at some more share short. Not going to give it to the high of the day because it was that 1550 area I like. So call it like 40s. Probably going to go with a stop. WWR, as much as like it's ticked in the money for me a few times down here, but this is that sort of halt range that we're playing, and it was planning on giving it to 13, but that doesn't seem as reasonable now that it's a tight, bunched up area. I'm going to give this a 1250 tighter stop because it's coiling. And as much as I want to think it's going to fade down and retest that 11, I can't ignore the relative strength it's shown all morning long. The longer it holds this, the more violent I think it could be to the upside. And at 13, I don't want to get caught too far with the pants down here. So 1250 is going to have to be the stop. Only going to end up risking 50 cents plus what is definitely going to be at least a little bit of slippage. And let's see if we can't get that move down. Now, past $11, of course, would be ideal, but I would take some off in front of it.
Moderna now making days high for anybody that's long that stock. We did talk about some of their trials there. We'll see what's happening, though, with Moderna. Yeah, wow. A big move to the upside. It does come through. We talked about shorting 73.01, and then that was off that, or sorry, going long, 73.01. I have it right here written down, long, 73.01. We don't have it, but now it's 75 cents up. It just breaks basically the day's high there of the pre-market. It was right about here, 73.01. Takes that out and then starts ripping to the upside. So too focused on AMD and Tesla right now to get them all, but that was a missed one for sure. If you like the show so far, please guys hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're trading, we're talking, we're educating, and here it comes. Tesla, oh, it got missed again. We're waiting at 4. There we go, now we're long. We just got hit. We're waiting for this 420 to break, and then we'll see about the downside on Tesla. The ultimate downside is down here, 419, so I'm waiting for that one. But now we've got double the shares and double the fun on Tesla. So we'll see. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Double
Talk
your
about having
pleasure,
the
double
fun
your
there.
fun.
Thank you for the
And we
coffee.
just got the reload on the coffee, so all is good. And WWR is moving to the downside. We do have almost a dollar winner on this. I said I'd take some off in front of 11. I've done that a couple of legs here, 51s. Also down here at 11.15. So it's a dollar win on this part. I still have half the position. If it takes out 11, $8.28 stock yesterday. I was shorting this in the afternoon off of like... I mean, these are kind of crazy prices. I expected maybe there was going to be a flush after getting some decent shorts in the afternoon yesterday. But now it's looking at like this 11 is going to be that key turnaround price. I think there's like another $2 to the downside if it can continue this slide. But I'm going to maintain this stop here at 12.50. It's a nice trade. I just got back into XTNT as well, guys. That one holding below 2. So looks pretty good for now. Sono basically flat on that trade. It's going sideways, but that could be a good thing, running out of steam a little bit, giving me a chance to maybe get a few more shares into that short side trade. But here comes WWR, still a 12.50 stop. I'm giving it all the way back to that price. Might even look for a re-entry if it gets right around 12 even, guys.
Okay, you guys like that? Double the shares, double the stress. Yeah, you are definitely right about that one. And here it comes right back to the downside. It looks like it breaks 420 there. And then we're going to get out of this one once it breaks through 418. Where is my order to be exact? I have so many orders out there looking at different names. Tesla, yeah, breaking through 420, 419, sorry, to the downside, 418.50 there. So we'll wait to see. We're trying to protect this level. Tesla looking to make some moves to the upside. It still needs to go. Look at the NASDAQ finally going a little bit here. So we can go back and revisit our AMD. Still doesn't really want to go. Let's check out NVIDIA quickly. That is going. So AMD today, man, we just picked the wrong one. If we were into NVIDIA, man, would we be flying high right now. But AMD still needs some pickup. I'm hoping it can get, look at this, come on. I just really hope it can pick up some of this NVIDIA love on the backside there. So let's go AMD. Just took a little bit more out there. We are long right now. So let's go. Happening now with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock, 30 minutes gone, just like that. Let's have a look at North American markets. Pretty mixed now. We were trying to get higher, the Dow leading the way in the pre-market we saw, but still the same story, just back to negative for S&P here, down 0.06%. Tech stocks, NASDAQ is red, yeah, 0.2 and 0.3% here for the composite and the 100. The Russell, 0.6%. To the upside. So small caps, yeah, having a nice day. We've shown you a few. TSX here in Toronto, basically flat. Down in Brazil, they are back in positive territory, 0.76% for the BOVESPA. If you're following along in Brazil. A few things from the watch list still kind of moving around. This one, VIR Biotech, still up 6.3%. Talk about a great fade opportunity there, 43.5 right at the open. We're almost down to 40.5 was support. For VIR. We talked about that one. AMC, bit of a non-event, although volume is decent for AMC so far. It did get flushed there off the open to the downside. Remember, they came out and said that they're keeping 80% of their theaters open, different from that Scene World over in the UK. Moderna, yeah, the strong one. Vaccine news, 73 was resistance initially. We're through that up to 74 for Moderna, guys. Back over to you.
All right, and we do get a big bump up here for Tesla. We missed getting out, though, 422.50. We do have an order there just in case, so we can get out of some of this off of this little long. Look at this, bang, bang, bang. We're into Tesla right now. And yeah, finally, ask and sometimes you shall receive, man. AMD, buy. We're down on it. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I have no problem telling you that. Our largest shares were up here. We lost, but we did bottom pick a little bit. We were waiting to lay the hammer down here. We never got filled, but now it's coming back to the upside. So we just did, man, rinse that out. Look at that out, man, 86.15 some out. So a good little trade there. The only problem was we did miss that high side on Tesla. So we'll wait again here, see if we get a little bit out. 422, I may change my order. We're up at 422.50 right now. Let's see if we get a bump. Let's go. We're right there. Come on, Tesla. Give it to us. We're still not out. Oh my God, it missed me by 1 cent. That means it's probably going to fill. Go. 422.43 we're at, and it misses us. So that was not that eventful. We missed by 2 cents there on Tesla. Let's see if we get it now anyways. Let's go.
This one's for Valeria, and thank you guys for already putting a smile on my face. Getting to that 1,000 like mark, always gonna make everybody happy. But Starbucks is her drink, and I wasn't even looking at this one until someone literally mentioned the name. Pull up the chart here, 89, watch this 89.50 going back into the middle of September here. If we catch a break, we're only about 30 cents away. Looks like a good level to me, just for potential breakout. If you want to quickly, my daily chart's frozen, but trust me when I say 89.50, that's the price. I got my order to go long. I got back into XTNT, but it's still WWR that is going southbound here, and I almost said WWE because Randy has put table jumping in my head. It is what it is. It's starting to slide back down here. I've already taken my shares out in front of 11. I'm holding half of a position for an 11 break. Short at 12.15. I want $1.50, $2 on the second half of this trade. I'm looking to add more if I can in front of 12 even, but for now, this one looks like it's coming back in. Brendan, what do you got?
Clean Spark talked about this one yesterday. Big pop here in the pre-market on further news regarding EV charging stations. So just blew through 1320 there to the upside. Huge volume spike, up 7% again today for CLSK, guys.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening with AMD. Like, the NASDAQ is blowing up here, and it's not going up. I mean, we're still flat, and the NASDAQ just turning green right now. So we are dumping some of our AMDs. You can see they're 86.07. I'm sitting now at 95. So good out. We took the out there, 422.20 there on Tesla. So that was a nice little $2 win on the last little bit. So we're lighting it up right there again. Now we're still going to wait for the end, ultimate end, which may be this 419 break. Still think we can get going. Look at the NASDAQ, man, from the dead right here all the way upside. So if this can go, I still have visions of 425 dancing in my head. So we'll see if we can get there as well. 95 just get taken out. So there we go. Look, we're $1 in the money on Tesla, and we're 50 cents in the money on AMD. So we can floss it off a little bit. Hasn't been a great day because of this disaster that happened on AMD right here. But we did pick some up long again. So, hey, look, we're not going to win every single day. We'll just try to win as many as we can. And AMD right now giving us a nice little jump start to the second half of this trading day right now, guys.
Yeah, some of it, you guys have been talking about AMC, but I said yesterday, if we're going to look at the space, and some of you guys pointed out to the chat and reminded me, if we're going to look at the theater names, can't ignore CGX here. In Toronto, Cineplex, guys, at $5, it just made another test through. It did break this on the open, so the positive news, of course, AMC not following through with what was going on with Cineworld there, closing down locations, not happening with AMC. But I'm still looking initially for a fade trade here. I think the breakout has sort of already happened. You got a 30-cent move up. If it's going to break 5 again, I will just quickly get out of it. But I'm looking to short this one off of the lower high, maybe a 508 breakout. And this is all in Canadian dollars, guys. I'm trading this in the TSX here. But looking to first test 5. If it can't hold this price, get out and look for maybe a long break at 508 if it is going to make a stronger move than we've already seen in some of these names. In the money still on XTNT. That one only about 5 cents for now. WWR, it's 60 pennies in the money, but I've already scalped out half of this, guys, for like 50-cent wins and $1. I'm looking for much more on the rest. Sono, 5 cents in the money. It needs to break back down below that 15 even. First things first, going to get some CGX. That's Cineplex in Toronto.
All right. Yes, good job there, guys. The floss rocks. Okay, Russell Jackson. Again, thanks for the love, man. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do so. We are excited to get more and more likes, more and more viewers on board here. Some news about Facebook with some Netflix. Maybe Brendan can find out a little bit about that, but yeah, what's up, Bren?
I'm just going to dig into this Facebook news as well, but I'll come back with that. Just want to mention this PPSI. Talked about it already, 180% now, another day high here on huge volume. This thing is up to 88 million shares, guys.
Wow.
Zoom.
That's all I got to say there. And one of the downsides, and it's actually a good thing, we have multiple markets that we can trade. And this is all on me because I literally had to look up and double check what my stop orders are in Toronto because for some terrible reason, I almost said a worse word there, it's different from what it is in New York. So I am going to still short this one. WWR just broke 11 even. If it gets down to 10.50, we'll take $1.50 and then hold on to the last quarter for an even bigger move than that. 8.30 is where it was at the close yesterday.
Okay, 263.30 here. Just getting ready. I was thinking about, not thinking about, I was trying to get some, damn it, was trying to get some long Facebook on that dip, and unfortunately, my habit of not hitting market keys is going to kill me there because we were on the bid here and didn't get any shares. So our bad. We will take some if it takes out the top a little bit there, and then see if it comes all the way back to the downside. We're going to give it right to this little breaking spot here, 263.44. So if you see me get into Facebook, like right now, when it takes out this 264.70, we'll be in it right now. There we go. So now we're into Facebook, and we're going to give it all the way back here, 263.50. Give us some more news, Brendan.
Yeah, it was Instagram. There's a couple of things regarding Instagram. So they're adding some new features on Instagram as well as capabilities for both Netflix and Zoom through Portal TV, through Facebook. So that was the gist of it so far, guys.
Okay, and AMD now, guys, 55-cent win right there. So we'll hit the cowbell once again for you. So AMD making moves to the upside. We're just cashing it out right now. We don't really know where it's going to go from here, but I am happy to once again get some money on this stock. AMD, thank you for heading to the north side.
Just got exactly to our target in WWR. 1058 is going to be the execution. We talked about 1050 on the break of 11 even. It's a short at right around this sort of 12 to 1250 level. We adjusted that on the fly when it made a tighter range, moving our stop from 13 to 1250. So nice little trade here. 1228 is my last entry price. I'm still looking for a bigger move than this, guys. I'd love to see us test 10 even. If I can get 2 to 250 on the rest of this trade, I'd be very, very happy. But I did mention I would take some profit at the $1.50 mark. We've gone ahead and done that. Sometimes the best trades on these heavy volume parabolic type movers is after a couple of halts when price discovery comes in. I like the short trade. It was a tricky one. I lost money short in this one pre-market. Thankfully, I've been able to make it back here and still holding on to some. So my stop is still going to be at 1250. We'll keep that locked and loaded, looking for a test, an eventual hopeful break of 10 even. See if we can hit the home run. Already a nice trade here, short WWR.
Guys, Tesla right now, 420. This is $1.50 in the money. It's trying to make a run back to the upside here. So 424. Look at the NASDAQ taking off. So all good on that run. We did take 20 cents there on Facebook. Now making new moves high. We're long at 71. That was out at 88. So 17 cents there on Facebook. I just don't want this to fall back in here on some of that news. The NASDAQ is super high right now. So yeah, AMD, again, another trade on board right now, 86.24, rips as high as 44 there as we have the trade, so we should have got some out. Watch the NASDAQ here pulling back just a little bit. Let's get out to some of our AMD guys.
Yeah, that PPSI, it's still making some strong moves up. There hasn't actually been a halt to this name. I know it's up 250%. At some point, you might actually see it happen if it goes really parabolic. When you've seen this type of a move, and again, this is like $2.50 from the opening range break, let alone where it was in the pre-market, it's significantly more than that. I'm thinking, where does this, and of course, as I say it, the first red, it's trying to put in the first red candle here, but there hasn't been an upside halt. And I just showed you on WWR, a lot of times the best trades, at least if you're looking for reversals, are going to come post-halt. So I'd love to see this one go even crazier to the upside and then a halt down. It feels like maybe it hasn't gone full parabolic just yet, but either way, I'm looking for the first downside halt to get an actionable trade here in PPSI. Possible support down here at 380. If it gets back to that price, I would consider buying a bit of a dip if it got down to that price. Not happening just yet. Still in the money over $1 in WWR. It's been a nice trade after the pre-market shenanigans, but it's already 10-10, guys. That means we got to get over to that big screen. Brendan's ready with some upgrades and downgrades.
Yeah, let's talk about a few more names here, guys, that have either an upgrade or downgrade on that side. Boeing, we mentioned strong right out of the gate this morning. Bed Bath & Beyond, also a name that's been on a bit of a tear over the past week and a half or so. 3% for Boeing. There's Beyond Meat, 4.8%. It was Piper Sandler upgrading Beyond Meat today. And NVIDIA at the bottom there. We talked about that one already. I want to show you this one. Iovance Biotherapeutics, big move down. Aftermarket yesterday, continuation today. Here's Beyond Meat, though. What a move from 177 up to 185. Piper Sandler talking about the expansion of the UK grocery store line that was carrying some of their products as the reason for the upgrade. So big time volume behind that move as well. On Beyond Meat, let's go over to this one, IOVA. They had a trial. This is a biotherapeutics company trial that failed. They announced that aftermarket yesterday. So big move down, couple of downgrades, but this thing's actually a little bit strong, holding 26.5 right now for IOVA. Guys.
There it goes, guys. I mean, from you, Brendan, it's normally Neil's thing, so we'll hit the air horn right now, but there's a big win for you. 55 cents on Facebook, bang, bang, right to the upside on that one. And then here's another winner for AMD. Pick the bottom, pick the bottom, pick the bottom. Now upside rate. Oh, right in your view up. We got to make sure that we get some out there on VWAP. So there you go. Take some 44s out right there. And Tesla right now testing the high spot again, man. 422.50. I'd love to get out there, but I think we can go higher. So we've already cashed out a little bit on Tesla there. So now let's just hold it. Facebook upside, AMD upside, and Tesla hopefully upside. Look at the NASDAQ, man. We're starting to go again. So we'll wait to see on this one. But Tesla, I guess we got to take some out at 422.50, guys.
Yeah, and here comes SPAC. Now remember, another name from the list, guys. You talked about setting a date, of course, for the vote. We wanted to see if the news was sold off, and then down into this price area, like 14 to 14.20. There was one defense at 14.20. It's starting to come back in, so I'm going to start this position here. Did it 28. I'll definitely be adding in front of it as long as we hold above 14. Going to be long here in SPAC with a dip buy. Brendan, what do you got for it?
Market trying to make highs here, guys. Just a little bit of a news story on Walmart today. Apparently, they're going to introduce Walmart Insurance, I just saw. So Walmart getting into the insurance game. Not a huge reaction on that, but a little bit of a spike there up to 143, up about 0.5% for Walmart.
All right, yeah, Walmart's a good stock of mine as well. I know you guys are loving some of the calls that I've given you in the past as far as investments is concerned. Walmart's gone already. That's a big holding of my own. Let's check out JP Morgan. I gave you guys that at $94. It's at $99 right now, so that was just a couple weeks ago there. Okay, did my chart freeze again? No, it did not. It is back. This is JP Morgan, though, guys. Okay, here we go. JP Morgan choppy today, but a nice little play for that if you do like the long. The bank's not doing anything, so we will bypass you, El Banker. And then there we go, guys, up to 16. Look at Facebook. That's a win right there. Pigs get slaughtered, and we did get some out for flat, but then 1, 2, 3. If you add that up, that's 80%. We're still holding 20. Let's see how high we can go now on Facebook, making that AMD money back. Oh, and speaking about AMD, long again. Now we're breaking through VWAP. Let's get some out again on the upside. So yeah, making back a little bit of what we lost there on this name. We did get up, down, and around on WWR. Probably trading too many shares on this one. We get stopped out right there. Thank God we don't have to worry about that. Now it's all the way back down. These are all shorts. Short. But then when this happens, you know, we get out and out and out. It just goes all around and back down. So yeah, probably trading less shares and holding on for this, probably the right play. But we'll see what happens now to the downside. The most disappointing for me, man, by far though, come on chart, is Tesla. Like, look at the NASDAQ and then look at Tesla. So straight to the downside. We got to get out of this one. I hate doing it, but we picked the winner here. It was long. We got out for a nice little $2. This trade right now out of the money, but as you can see, Tesla's still in the money for us. Just so sad that this is what this stock is doing, and NASDAQ is doing this. You don't often see that correlation. So Tesla today a little broken, guys.
Yeah, Tesla going absolutely nuts. Just trying to get this a daily chart to show you guys on PPSI approaching these levels here, 630, 675. It's getting into the price point where you can start thinking. I can start thinking about where is the fade going to be. I like both those levels. If it turns around off of 75 or 35, I'm jumping in. It is still going parabolic, however, so there hasn't actually been a turn. I'd expect possibly there could be some halts if it breaks either one. If it goes through 75, I definitely anticipate there could be a parabolic move and another halt, or the first halt to the upside. But those are the levels I'm watching. 635, which is right here, the current high of the day. 675 is the better level, just a little bit higher than I had to go way back in the daily to be able to find a failure point as this thing is starting to go crazy, up almost 300%. It was briefly above that number.
Guys, thank you for all the kind words about the energy and about everything there on the chat. It means a lot to us. So we're here, we're trying, we're making trades, we're keeping you hopefully entertained. I mean, you saw what happened on the pre-market there with the chat. That was hell of a lot of fun. I got to talk to Randy after the show because I'm thinking it's time to buy some Ford right now. So Ford, $7 stock. I'll come back again with some calls on this. I'm going to find out. I'm going to do a little more research research on Ford. Nothing happening today. It has nothing to do with today. I think it's Rivian is there as well. I don't even see Randy anymore, so we'll talk to him when he comes back. But we'll see about Ford going to the upside for possibly a longer-term investment. I just didn't want to look at it right now.
You know what, Sean, Ford just took a stake in an autonomous driving company. It was like VLDR or something like that today. It was like a 7.5% or 7.6% stake. So maybe that's going to give it some juice. I was looking, it didn't actually have any movement. I know VLDR was up like 5%. So maybe that's going to give you some positivity and give you a good place to buy. Just thought it was pertinent. I also thought maybe PPSI would move. Sorry, no, go ahead. PPSI is about to make another break towards that 675. It seems like you can't stop this one. We have another crazy small cap here just going nuts. 675 about to blow through any second now.
Okay, guys, here's Ford. Here's the daily chart. This is what I was talking about. You have this little, we just broken back above it. That's why I like it. It's 690 right here on the daily chart. That's the 50-period moving average. So there is a possibility there. Like I said, we're going to do a little more work. The thing about going long on a stock like Ford here is, if it's in your personal account, is you do have this bottom of 650 that I kind of like. If you don't take too many shares early, you can hold out for this 6. But I do think that we are getting ahead of it a little bit here, because once it breaks through 750 here, you could get back into this area. 9er and change. So watch out for that one on Ford. And then obviously here comes Tesla from one car company to the other. Tesla almost snaps our neck right there. So we may have to get out. Our out was literally at 419 on that break. So we get a little lucky there, make the dollar back to the upside. I think this is probably worth getting out of some here. Look at the NASDAQ, man. Wow, you want to talk about bulls? Man, am I bullish. The account is going crazy here today. But yeah, so far trading, I'm just on the wrong names like NVIDIA. If I just dipped my toe in to NVIDIA the same way I did to Tesla, I mean, we would be loaded up with some chicken dinner winners. So congratulations, anybody long right now. NVIDIA, that's a good one. Facebook still 40 cents in the money, and AMD, you're not doing like NVIDIA, but at least you're back to VWAP.
PPSI turns right in between those two numbers. Not actually have any locates on this one just yet. We'll check to see how expensive they might turn out to be, because likely going to have to pay for some shorts in PPSI. If it ever broke this 50, I'm still looking at 75 was that key price to that upside. I'll update you on a few positions. From the watch list, guys, Sonos along with Logitech, both under pressure. But I was just sort of selling this little consolidation lower. As a nice pop off the open, it failed through that 1550 price. Very briefly came back under. Now we're short in front of it here. I got a 15-15 entry. If it breaks 15 even, I'll start getting it out and then looking for a 1460 bottom. So short in Sonos. It's a nice sort of easy ride, not going crazy here. Slow action. You can look level 2, very, very sleepy. So I've got the position. I've got the also have my stop. Don't have to worry too much about crazy movement like if you were trading PPSI or WWR. And I'm still holding this one to the downside. 1228 is a short. It is leveling off somewhat, but that's at the 1050 level, not the 11, which is already broken. I'm looking to see if we can get a test of 10 even. That'll be a separate break if it goes below that price. Looking to cover the last for a $2 winner. And SPAC holding the bottom so far. We talked about this one on the watch list as well. I only wanted a dip buy. It came right into that 14 area. I started my long here at 14.30. Just trading 5 cents out of the money. But if it breaks 14 even, I'm all out of SPAQ.
Okay, guys, and we'll hit the dancing gorilla here because, yeah, Facebook right now, nice move to the upside for sure. And we do have that one. We did break that news to you about Zoom and Facebook and Instagram, the portal, adding various things onto that. So, yeah, a nice little move here. It's just coming back in a little bit. Wondering about this level here, 265-ish in change. I'm very, very hesitant to get more long on some of these NASDAQ names right now because of NASDAQ being super heated, but we'll pick up a little bit near 265 right now with Facebook. Is that Brendan? Nope. My earpiece is dead, so we are ready, I guess, now for small cap recap as I see the man, the myth, the legend standing at the screen.
Busy morning in small cap world, guys. Let's have a look at a few names that we were talking about in the pre-market. If you joined us at 9 o'clock, CBAT, CBAK Energy, one of those clean energy names. Give you a nice fade opportunity. Just wanted to show you this from yesterday. That high is 480. In the pre-market, it was actually 5 that ended up being a little bit of a pivot. There was support and then resistance. So really tight here. Could have had an average of 91, 92 even. So really, really tight risk there, all the way down to $4 even now, depending on how you dealt with that one. But love the volume on this one so far this morning. CBAT, one of the weaker of the group. So there's a whole bunch of these that are moving around. That one definitely the weakest. XTNT, this is a medical equipment maker. I didn't find anything on that spike, so there was definitely some volume that came in, but no headlines or no update as well. Talked about 205. So $2 was there was a seller in the pre-market. We mentioned 205 was really, really tight risk here as well. Got down to 170. Had to get all out though, because that was pretty crazy on the way back up. Let's go over to WWR. Yeah, I like this one. I even mentioned this in the pre-market. I like this one because it was coming off, even with the gap to the upside. It was looking like it wanted to fade off, but 1250 had to hold. Did get some out there on the open, but stopped out of the rest above that 1250. And then we're back to the downside now as well, as Neil has been mentioning. But looking like 1050 is now a bit of a level for WWR. Wild ride again today, guys.
Yeah, that's definitely looking like it's going to be a bit of a level here. Also a bit of a level, this 15 mark on Sono. This is the second time it's testing it, failing to get through. I'm short in front of it. Well, just a little bit in front of it. Of course, I got 15, so I could be scalping off a 10-cent win. At some point, I'll probably decide to take maybe a quarter off and just run away from that one. And then on a break, I can always make the decision to add back in if there's any kind of a longer consolidation. I think that'll give me some juice to add to the position. SPAC is sliding to the downside here, guys, but it's still holding above that 14 even mark. I started it when it tested higher than that 14.20. Let's see if we can't hold this one through the bottom of the day, because right now this low is at 14.16, but it's 14 even. That's the level I'm looking to bottom pick here on this name. XTNT, I'm back into the short. Brennan just gave that one to you guys. It was a crazy movement up. I scalped, this is a 1 minute chart, guys. I scalped out of this trade for over half the position on the long break, and then was literally a minute or two later getting out for a 4-cent hit on the way back in. It then calmed itself down below this 190 mark. It is looking like it might want to gear up a little bit, but I started the position at 186, added to it at 180 here. I did take some out at this little temporary bottom at 178. But if it breaks 175, we're going to hold on. When we were short originally, my target was to see if it get back to 150. I'm going to jump right back and maintain that. So if it breaks 175, I think we're piecing it out until we get to that 155 area. And then XTNT sort of back to business here after that crazy movement on volume. No news, just a crazy volume spike to the upside.
And there it is, man. Tesla right there will explode our money and light it on fire because it does break through that 419. The good thing was we didn't get more shares. It's not even that big of a hit for us on Tesla. We noticed that it was coming down. We were able to take us part out there and the last part out. So it's going to be a small, probably a $2 hit there on Tesla. Easily something that we can afford. So we'll wait to see now. I don't like the name. Obviously, the NASDAQ, I talked about it running up and Tesla going the other way. It would have been a fantastic short. Watch out. Now we're coming up to that 410 level that I did not think we would hit today. But I guess that car flying off, the roof flying off the car there was a little more than we thought. But whatever. We're still going to wait for 410. A possibility of a good spot if it can get down to that spot, 410. We're back long. Facebook does break there. So, again, another flat trade. Take the profit. It rips up $1. We average in, get out on that little break right there. So Facebook, a flat trade. The only thing we've really fallen down on, obviously, today is our AMD. So we'll wait for that now to come into the area that we want it, man. 85.30, 85.40. If we can get some AMD love down there, then we'll protect 85. But for right now, look at this. Just stair-stepping down on the NASDAQ move down. So a lot of these stocks now making sense. So that's good for us. We can get reloaded. We are back into Facebook, though. 264.15 right now. So we can make this all back. Let's see if we get back to 265 right now. What's up, Brendan?
Tesla, guys. PLL, Piedmont. This is the Tesla deal or arrangement we talked about last week as far as lithium is concerned for their batteries. Yeah, 34%. We were talking about this one in the 30s yesterday. We're up to $48 for PLL today, guys.
It's starting to come off, and I think you always want to go back to previous parabolic moves or gaps to the upside to see where it can get to. You did have a couple of, and this is on a 15-minute chart here, guys. You did have this level here, 54.50, but also on the way back in, same day, 48. That's kind of where it's turning around now. There was a breakthrough that stalled at 50. So if you look at 48 as a price, and again, I wish I had seen this a little bit sooner. Brennan, you're the man here, and I think if I noticed this the first time, 48. Great entry price off of 50 level, and then you're looking to see if you can't retrace it to like 42, 44. This one already starting to come back in PLL. I want to go back over to this WLL, just give you a bit of a risk update in terms of this position. I had a 1250 stop. When I got filled here at 10.50 for the $1.50 win, I moved it to 12 even. If it were to now break 11.60, I'm always cautious that there could be a secondary squeeze here. So I'm going to lock in 50 cents worth of profit. It's about to break up here, guys, and just sort of take this one out on the way back. I do anticipate it might not be done in terms of volatility. I don't want to get caught if there is a second leg to this, and I think 12.50 could be that jump off. I want to be out long before any potential upside breaks like we saw in XTNT. So we'll take this position off. Just got out here at 59. That'll be a nice 60-cent win. Overall, good trade. Looks like it found that bottom, as Brendan mentioned, at 10.50.
Okay, guys, right now we're into Nikola. Nice little long here from 24.10. Well, we tried 24.10. We got 14, so that's okay. Long right now, Nikola back to the upside. We'll probably give it back down here where VWAP is 23.90, 23.73, something like that. Let's see if it can go and give us a little bit of a winner as we keep going upside there. Facebook looking to get out. Where's my out, man? 61s? That's pretty random. There it is. Bang! A nice little win right there. So we rained down the money on some Facebook trade upside. Look where we're long. We bottom picked down there off that flush. So got some 264s in and out. Back to positive now on Facebook as it's making moves back upside. So a little bit of a loss there. Jarhead, thank you. Welcome back, my friend. Hydration Nation, Jarhead, we're still here. Thank you so much for everything. Coffee on you. Thank you so much. We also, I believe, got Ralph hitting us up earlier as well. Thank you so much, Jarhead. Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're safe and well. We do love you, Jarhead. Another big guest for us coming through. So thank you so much. I don't know if you're just back now. Haven't seen you on the chat. Nicola, again, goes as high as 20. We're waiting at 25. We're going to give this one a little bit of room, though, down to 23 and, yeah, maybe 23.90 or so. What's up, Bren?
Just having a look at Anheuser-Busch, BUD. Looks like they're teaming up with Rio Tinto to attempt a sustainable or more sustainable type of beer can. So decent move here for Bud in New York, up about 5%, guys.
Why not? This Bud's for you. Let's see if that one sustains it. But let's jump quickly over to some of the travel space because specifically NCLH Norwegian here just making a break on volume through 18. So just alerted me here on another upside move. It's another strong day, already up $1. It's starting to range into this level here. And if we can sustain this move throughout the week, you're going to want to watch out for like this 19 to 19 quarter area. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. You're going to want to watch out for this 19 quarter area on NCLH upcoming possibly this week or next. Through there could be a nice breakout price for Norwegian specifically. You're seeing some recovery overall in the cruise lines. I just wanted to highlight here Norwegian on the move. If it does come back into like the 1750 area, that's a good base of operations for this move to get some dip buy action as well.
All right, we love this show. Thank you so much, everybody, man. I mean, look at all the love here, guys. Time Machine, thank you so much. A lot of heart face emojis there. Yeah, we're long. Nick, yes, Nicola, let's go. Here we go. We'll bring the energy right now. There's a chicken dinner winner for you. So make sure to take this out. Boom, a nice little 30-cent win right here off this break. Yes, give me that 44, baby. There it is, upside. Nice little trade there. 30-plus cent win for us on Nicola with decent shares, man. That's a good trade for us. We did like Nicola. You know, if we're taking Nicola or DraftKings or anything like that, we're putting on risk. So my largest position right now by far is this Nicola trade. So we do get hit there at 44. Let's wait to see if we can't get more upside on this one. I do have a 47 there just because this is where we've sort of had a stopping point of 50 was the high of the day. So a good out there at 44. Let's see if we can't break even higher and go through 50, man. This is a big trade. One of the largest positions I've had on today. AMD was probably the largest, but now it was was the largest, but now here goes Nicola. Most shares right now on for a position, Nicola. So holding myself accountable. Let's go, Nicola. Breakthrough 2450, baby. Let's go. What up, Beep?
Pola, guys. Polar Power, we talked about another clean energy name. Finally got that break to the downside. 450 was a little bit of support there. No longer. Still up significantly, but might be done for the day, guys.
Watch out, BioNTech did make a push right back into that 87.50 area that we're shorting. Nice short off the open. We did get a $3 win here, but it's now testing 86 again. When this break happens, I will take another short trade. The fact that it couldn't get to that pre-market high, that 89 that we're watching, sign of weakness for me. So two ways to play it. One, if it gives you 87.50 again, I'll jump into that trade in front of 88 and a quarter. Otherwise, break down at 86 here on BNTX. So either one of those could pop in. Two separate style trades to the short side. Already been a fantastic one. And fading any kind of news when it comes to COVID. If the gap up is big enough, when it's a vaccine name, it's a trade that's working like 80% of the time as long as it's structured correctly. From the watch list, went over the plan for you. But you had to know what you were going to do going into this trade because the pop here is literally in the first minute and then it slams right back down. So you had to know that you wanted to catch an upward move to be able to get this entry here. Otherwise, you can always just take the breakdown at 86.50. That trade would have worked as well. But I was getting out of some of my shares when those traders were getting in, using that momentum to my advantage.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get ready for Valeria in a second. Okay, we did average into, we did take a nice little position on Facebook here. A nice trade. This needs to go up, man. If Facebook can get going here, a nice little pickup there at 72. We wake up, open our eyes, and see a nice little win. So let's keep going upside. We were sitting there at 94. Are you kidding me right now, Facebook? Go, go, go. Whenever we're ready, let's go to Valeria. Brendan, what's up, Brendan?
A little pharmaceutical company. Yeah, we're going to touch in with Valeria in a second, but just want to mention this Kinexka Pharmaceutical. Okay. They had a trial that came in better than expected on a drug they're working on. So KNSA, a little bit thinly traded, but up significantly on that, on decent relative volume. The story here. Speaking of Miss V, let's go over and see what is happening in Europe so far today. About an hour left over there, Valeria.
Hey Brandon, Logitech is down more than 3% after Bloomberg reported that Apple will stop to sell headphones and speakers manufactured by rival companies. Back to you.
Yeah, primary listing over in Europe for Logitech. You can trade it in New York as well, guys.
I think whenever you're trading something like a Logitech, just a note that sometimes you will see that when the primary listing closes, volume tapers off. So like at 11:30, and you might see that one slow down a little bit. I just literally mentioned BioNTech's a couple of seconds ago, that 86 break. So there you go. It just broke downside. I got 80s short. I would have taken the short and a pop back at that 87.50 original entry for the opening trade. But now we're back into it here. This trade I'll probably give back down towards that 87 area, but I'm looking to see if we can break this sort of previous consolidation on the way back up. And it's like 84.60 to 85. It's a good target. I will get some out in front of it. If it breaks down, then I'm looking to cover the rest in front of 84, where we got out the last time. I don't expect as big a trade the second time through. The opening flush often is the best one that you're going to get. So nice little one here by BNTX. They're going to be my top stock of the day so far. We'll see. It's position dependent because you never know. I kind of thought Sonos here was Sonos was going to move down. Valeria just mentioned Logitech. Sonos holding consolidation. Like I said, it's a sideways trade. I've got my orders to get some of it out. I've got my stop order. Not too crazy price action, so easy to manage at least from a risk perspective. And one more for you guys. Still working with XTNT a little bit here. It's continuing its slide to the downside. I've taken some shares out in front of what is the low so far of the session, and it just broke that at $1.70. So I got back in a couple of times here. 180 is the price I currently have on. We're shorting it pre-market at 196. Now we're shorting it below that 190 mark. If it gets to 152, mission accomplished with a little bit of crazy action here, where I got back in on the way up. And this was an absolutely nutso reversal. I literally was short and then out and long at the blink of an eye. You could barely register, but here it goes to the downside. I've already given you guys a target. It's a 152 to 155, a 152 the previous close. XTNT back to plan with a nice south side trade, guys.
All right. Looking at Facebook, looking at Nicola. Again, look at Nicola, man. Out all the way at the top. We talked about having some resistance upside here at 240. 24. What is this level? 24.55. Yeah. Our best out though, 24.52. There was some upside. I still think we could break this. Nikola up 1.66%. Great long in and out there. Still have less than a third of the position on board right now. But yeah, like I mentioned to you, definitely we took that out. This was a good trade. We put on the shares there, believe in this one, and it goes back to the upside. So we're holding on. You probably see on the board here a very small AMD position. The position is irrelevant. I'm holding it to watch. We're waiting for it to come back down here, 85.40. So here it comes. This is a good spot maybe to get a little bit longer. It just sucks because we should have had NVIDIA today. I mean, NVIDIA would have paid us off instead of AMD, but we did not, so that's okay. It's not about your last trade, it's about your next trade, right? So we got to try to make this money back a little bit, 85.40, and it could be to the sell side here. We don't have to necessarily go short. My big trade, though, is waiting down here for 85.25 or so, and then we'll defend the 85, and then if that gives it up, then we are see ya and out. So we'll wait to see on that one. Facebook's still high side right now, even though NASDAQ is dropping. This is a good one. A nice little 24-cent win. We have double the shares on Facebook. No, sorry, triple the shares on Facebook than we do on AMD. So that's where that goes. So we'll watch Facebook now to the upside. 24.17 is where I'm sitting at, guys.
I'm going to throw this one at you guys for SPAC, and it's going to be the horrible puke graphic. It's going to be double duty action here because, one, look at it break through that 14, but also that picture doesn't look like me. It looks like Deshaun Watson, whose coach finally got canned because he's absolutely horrible. But let's go away from this one. I like the plan, I like the setup, but SPAC couldn't hold up on the positive news here. It just broke the low. Let's see if 1390 can hold, but it looks like they're selling heavily on this news. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one from the energy group, Bloom Energy, just popping up here on the volume scanner. You can see big volume coming in as we break through 19. This is kind of the top end of the range. If you go to the daily chart, we mentioned this one yesterday back at 18. So another day, another move up for BE, guys.
All right, guys, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. There we go. We hit the cowbell there a little early, so we'll do the chicken dinner winner now because Facebook, man, back to positive central for me on Facebook. That was a great trade. We put on really a decent amount of shares there. Again, just protecting this 26.40, which was the pre-market high, and now you're $1 in. So that's a big trade. You'll hear me tell you guys when we have a position on, like a real one. So that was a good one for that. Another real position we had on, obviously, was Nikola moving to the upside right there. So we cashed that out. We get a little more out here. Now we're going to hold it backside right to about here like we gave you before, 23.80. So we'll be up on this no matter what, but it definitely is nice to see Nikola bouncing off that 24, and that's where we're long. So right now it's down out about a penny. This, though, 50 cents in the money on Facebook. Well, look, let's go back to Mr. Softy quickly here. Mr. Softy, 210. Ooh, wow. A nice little long from the last couple of days here is Softy. It does take out the day's range there, which was right here, 209.50, rips upside, but still pretty choppy. Watching NASDAQ. If NASDAQ can get going again, obviously will be monstrous. Check back on Tesla, bouncing around a good out there. We saved ourselves about $2 or $3 to the downside. Now it's trying to make moves backside, and I do want Randy's opinion here on Ford in a minute. What's up, Brendan?
Just saw this Norwegian cruise line, guys. Looks like the cruise lines are liking the fact that President Trump is back in the White House, apparently, because, wow, what a move. NCLH, almost 7%, just went from 17 to 18 here. We're right at these resistance areas, 1825. I was just going to flip over real quick to RCL just to see if it was doing the same thing. And yeah, so a group-wide move today for the cruise lines, guys.
From cruise lines to Virgin Galactic, so I guess all kinds of travel spiking to the upside. Just broke through 22, but towards 22.50. The daily chart, this breakout has been in full form, guys, and it's got like $5 to go before you get to any kind of real resistance. About to take off this double top here. I'm not looking at this 22.43 high. I'm more looking at 22.50. I know, technically speaking, it's broken in a couple of pennies, but I like those even dollar areas. Let's see if we can't get a 22.50 break to the upside. Already one big move in Virgin, but could move again. The market back above Arun's 3,400 level, so let's see if we can't get some juice to the upside in some other trades here. The shorts have come in on some trades, but I think the market momentum, you got to be able to play it. The travel space is booming, but here comes Virgin Galactic as well.
All right, guys, and we'll find another one here. We can hit slap shots. We're going to get into DraftKings. We don't need to necessarily go into slap shots, but good ideas today on Facebook. As look at this one now ripping to the back to the north side there. 73 cents in the money. We did get some out in the 20s. Now we're all the way up here in the 60s. So this is almost $1.80 cents, now $1. This is going up, man. We're long at 263.73. It's at 264.60 right now on Facebook. So a couple nice little longs here. I told you the other day that we were probably going to switch over to Facebook as our favorite stock, and it definitely seems like that today, as Facebook, my number one stock and still going to the moon. That and Nikola battling right now for number one spot. Brendan at the big screen with Sector Watch.
Hey guys, yeah, let's check out the S&P 500. I was just talking about these travel names. We'll get to that in a sec, but 0.2% for the S&P 500. Travel names not only higher, but among the strongest names on this board so far today. Here is all the cruise lines. 6.2, 6.6, 7% now for Norwegian to the upside. Wynn, MGM, Hilton, Marriott, LVS, same story, 3+% for the hotels. So all of these travel-related names in positive territory, offsetting some of this other weakness coming from the retailers, BBY, eBay, KMX, to the downside. Under Armour back in negative territory, down 1% today as well. So consumer discretionary is definitely among the leaders to the upside so far. Tech shares are also higher. There's NVIDIA, 3%. KLAC, FFIV, and XRX, not KRX, to the upside as well. So tech, consumer discretionary stocks in positive territory. Way over in the corner there, the energy group also among the leaders to the upside. Halliburton, HFC, and MPC, all 3+% to the upside so far. In the middle here, financials and industrial shares. The industrial group is nicely positive, but there are a few individual names kind of offsetting. Same story up here in the banking group. Schwab here, CBOE, and MSCI, all in negative territory, kind of limiting these gains. So these three are flat. Real estate, communications, and healthcare. Even with that STE move, there's enough negativity coming out of some other names that are offsetting. So overall, pretty flat. This board, a little bit deceiving. Looks quite positive, but only 0.14% to the upside, guys. We have individual names kind of offsetting each other so far. Back over to you.
Okay, I don't know, right now the market just pulled back, so we'll get out of our Facebook now and make sure that all of these longs here, I'm going to cancel everything here. I don't know what that was. A move to the downside right now, crashing through. So look at this NASDAQ, bang, right down 40 handles there on the NASDAQ. So we'll see what just happened. Maybe Powell likely to need more fiscal support. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was pretty obvious, but okay, so we get out. Good out, man. We'll hit that, man. We'll cry about that it went down, but it's a good out though for us there on Nikola. So a good little, on Facebook, a good out there. Let's see now. Okay, now we get into this 84.90 or so is going to be our out here on AMD. We just got the long guys.
Just sat down just in time for Sonos to break through 15, guys. We talked about this little structured short. It's going to work out for us, so we drew a bit of a line in the sand on the way back in. I was looking for a couple of things, a breakdown trade, or also possibly a pullback off 1550 area. We talk about this all the time. We go over exactly what we have in planned for the names on our watch list and how we want to approach them. So waited for that to fail at 1550. It did fail that break. Got a nice little sideways consolidation here. Short at 1518 is an average price. Just took a few legs out on the 15 break. Last one there at 1490. Still actually holding on to just under half the position to see if we can't get a test back to that low of the day. That's down at 1460. I'll be all flat if we get there. Not the most heavily traded stock in the world, but when it's got a catalyst like it does today, certainly worth that look. So Sono to the downside. I'm going to move my stop now that it's made a break of 15 even. The stop now goes to the top of this level at 1520. So basically a break even stop on Sono. Cannot lose on this trade now.
Okay, guys, there's bullseye right there. We told you we'd be putting on shares, and we did. I told you that we would put on shares when we finally got down here on AMD. We do it on that Powell move, and look at this, 85.25. Bang! That's a banger for you. Face slap right there. Straight upside. We're making that money back right now on NVIDIA, or on AMD. Comes down, man. We get filled up. Boom it right to the upside right now. Look at that trade in at 85.25. Out there some 30, out there some 40, out there some 50s, out there some 53s. So now we go alongside a nice little 25-cent win on that name. So yeah, we're back and we're alive. The energy's back. 23.95 down there. It ticks down for Nikola. Let's see if we can't make that move to the backside there. But again, we don't need to not take profits on these. AMD all the way back. Boom! That's a big trade right there. So you've waited all day for this one. There's a banger for you. We'll get some more out at 55. There it is. Boom! A nice little 35-cent win. Upside, upside, upside. Bye-bye, AMD. We told you we were going to wait for this level there, and we did. Our biggest position, single position right there on AMD. And look at this, man. 40 cents into the money. That's how you trade, baby. Let's go, Neil.
Yeah, I told you guys one thing here. It was a double top on this on Virgin Galactic. 22.50 was the level I said I wanted for a break. I'm not going to take a double top breakout when it's 22.43. This is the reason why. It tries to break through that price, immediately fails off at 47. So you get an even psychological level like that, and a lot of times you don't want to be taking a breakout long into immediate resistance. That's exactly what happens here. You're just staring at a 50-cent loss within a couple of minutes here, guys. That's why I'm still waiting for a 22.50 break. It's got to be that price or bust. If it's going to continue to slide downside here at some point, if it gives you 21.50s, we'll take that, obviously. But there's also this nice little level above VWAP at 21.90. You can use that for a bit of a long base, get out just on the south side of VWAP. But you have to have a structured plan, especially on breakouts, because your outs on breakouts aren't obvious. So if it's immediately going to be tested, your metal here 3 cents away on your break or 5 cents away, when you might have to give it all the way back to 22. That math never works. That's why I was warning, only going to go long on a 22.50 break on Virgin. Still have that short in SPAQ, but also BNTX. And it was a great one off the open. The plan went almost perfectly here, with the exception of not being able to get it at a better price. However, this short trade, I'm going to take it off on an 86.50 break. Bit of a seller here, that if it gets broken, I don't want to hold it all the way back up. I think there's a better entry point back at 87.50 where we had it the first time. So relatively tight stop on BNTX here, but it's getting closer to that lunchtime, guys, where you want to think about preserving some of your profits. It's already been a solid morning here. BNTX was a good stock. I don't want to, and there we go. We just got out at 86.50. We'll control the hit on that one and look for the better entry price at 87.50 like we mentioned before. Brennan, what do you got?
China Natural Resources, another one that we've talked about many times on the show. Every time it pops up here, it gets slammed back down. Just coming up on a volume scanner here, you can see a nice volume spike through to 155. 25%, another one that's not directly into the lithium space, but outside relations there for CHNR, guys.
And guys, we'll go into this and we'll just do the money. There we go, guys. AMD right now giving that money back, man. The largest position on AMD, we put it on right there, 85.25. You can rewind the tape, man. We talked about that. We waited for it. We got as hell lucky there because Powell came out and started talking some nonsense, I guess. So we get that. This is that 85 level. If I can zoom this out just a little bit more. Look at this, 85, 85.20, 85.20. We talked about that. We step inside of it a little bit, get long at 85.24, man. Look at the bottom, or sorry, the bottom of the day is not going to be accurate, 82.55, but we did get that position. Boom, now there's the 82.55. This pretty much is the low of the day. We took it and we just rinsed it all out there, man. We have very, very light now. Little position on, less than, let's call it 15% on right now on AMD. Look at this. Bang, out, all the way to the upside where we've gotten out before. So there's some resistance here, right here. So that's why we get out. Do I think it can go back to VWAP today? I don't know. Let's check out what its brethren does here in NVIDIA. NVIDIA not falling as much. You could have been able to pick that up. So I think we definitely went to the right spot there. Oh, yeah. And Nikola, there we go again. It's raining down some money on Nikola right now. Long at 24.10. There's another winner. Back-to-back jacks, just how we like it. Good trading here to go. It's 10.50 right now. My favorite segment. Look, I'm trading US dollars, Brendan. Let's see what the Canadian is doing against the greenback.
Was definitely going to put the Canadian dollar up here, but did not. It is higher, though, 75.4 versus the US dollar. But I wanted to mention this one. Ethereum. We've been talking about Ethereum. The range that this thing has had over the past couple of weeks is impressive. 325 at the bottom, 385 at the top, $60 in between. We're right in the middle once again today. So 344 is about a pivot or 50% for this thing as far as the range is concerned. But down again today, 2%. Ethereum is, whereas Bitcoin only 0.5%. So back below 10,800, but holding nicely versus Ethereum. You can see what a wild ride that thing has had. As far as the rest of these are concerned, very, very muted action so far today. The US dollar is a little bit stronger. However, so is the euro and the Canadian dollar. Oil to the upside today, so the Canadian dollar getting a little bit of a bump on that. 75.4, as I mentioned, up very slightly. The euro's up very slightly. Everything else a little bit to the downside so far. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brendan. Finally got some locates over in that PPSI. It's still going to upside here, 350%. I had to go, just insanely far back to get you any kind of a level to work with, 750 into 8 even, guys. If it does get back up there, I will take a shot at it, but it might be finally starting to roll over in. Yes, this is all just one day on the daily chart from 157 now to a 750 high. I've just shown you $8, but the bottom of that range on that daily was a 750, so there is a little bit of significance to that level as well. I'll take 2 cracks at this. I haven't gone short yet. I haven't been taking the long breaks. I've been waiting for either a halt, which hasn't happened, or a level on the daily chart. We're now looking at this one right here, right now at 750 to 8 even. If it breaks, I think you definitely want to be thinking at least about you got to get out of your shorts, guys, but you got to think at least a little bit of a parabolic move up and maybe into a halt on an 8 break. But I'm going to jump in front of that train and short it the first time through, guys. Now, finally, we got those locates. I want to quickly go back over to Sono. We still have the same plan of action here. It has broken. It's now consolidating lower. So what we can do, at least what I'd like to do here, is if I get another consolidation level here, I can get into some more shares, move that stop into 14, and continue this nice little orderly slide to the downside on Sono, of course, getting pulled from the Apple Store as a catalyst, this one from the watch list, and trading very nicely, very structured here on the short side of the trade. Just waiting for it to make that nice little bounce trade to the upside. That sort of gap fade back in. Once it cannot buy through the high of the day, that pre-market top fails, then we get back into that little short, guys. That's the name of the game. Virgin Galactic, which has been strong all morning long, bouncing back above that 22. It's a 22.50 break that I'm looking for to the upside on Virgin. It tried once through that high, but again, it ran right into that resistance point. That's why I waited for the even dollar mark to get that psychological level break. You always want to consider when you're a breakout trader, are you actually having stops trigger? Now, there's some random stops that might be there just because 22.43 happened to be the high, but most people, they're putting their stop at 22.50. Let's be honest about it. That's how we are. We're all creatures of habit, and sometimes we're lazy, and the easy thing is to put around 0 and throw the stop at that price. That's why I like that 22.50 on Virgin, but now we're looking more heavily at our good friend PPSI. I think that is going to be probably the crazy stock of the day. It sort of feels like it is. It's holding the 750. I would prefer 8 even when I showed you on the daily, but if it rolls over here, I'm going to have to test the 750 level. Probably a little bit less shares the first time because 8 is the bigger price level, guys.
All right, came back here, got refilled up there. Oh, some nice messages from my football pool. I'm 8-0 in one of the pools, and in the one with me and you, I think I'm 5-3 or so we'll see, but I lost the Chubster, so we'll wait on that one. Okay, Nicola to the upside. Too bad, man. We're sitting at 57. I was waiting for the break to get out at the high. Silly me. It goes as high as 24, 36, 37 there on that break. So, yeah, didn't get it, but that's okay. We'll wait on some Nicola. But the AMD, man, this is the one, honestly, guys, that I'm most proud of. It does go to the upside. We didn't get any out there because we're almost flat anyways. But the reason why we're proud of this one is we gave you this. We sat down there. We took the trade. We told you we were putting shares on. We told you how bad AMD has been for me today. Look at all these executions. These were good longs and out. Good long on the break and out. Then we wait. We wait for this whole move down. Normally, old Sean normally starts bid, averaging in. But again, look, not only do we preach on the show, but we try to do as we also say as well. I've been studying, guys. I've been looking back at some of the charts, making sure that we make key spots and key levels. What part of the problem is, if I put on like 50% of my position here, then I get more here, and then finally when it gets breaking down to the downside, I don't want to put on too much because I'm already invested, right? And so the problem with that is that when this does crack, you lose, and you wind up losing like 50, 60 cents when that wasn't the plan. So if you wait for the ultimate bottom, if I get run over, I get run over, and then the trade doesn't happen and you lose $100, $200, whatever your plan is. But when it works, you basically get that bottom tick exploding to the upside there and now taking out 40, 50, 60 cents. So that's a great trade there. I'm most proud of that one. I hope you guys understand why I made it, and a little bit of money there for you on AMD if you did sit around there. And there it is. I mean, you are welcome, Cameron, man. You have been absolutely fantastic as a sponsor, basically. The $50 a day has been amazing. You and Ralph, and thank you to Jarhead today as well. You guys continue to give us the strength that we need. Daryl, you've been absolutely fantastic. Yep, on that AMD, that was great. You did. You're Nicola. Thank you guys. You guys are all on Nicola. You're on AMD. Really means a lot. Let's go. Brandon, what up, bud?
An insurance company went to the downside here. Palomar, big move down today. This company apparently has quite a large exposure to hurricane-affected areas. So it's been a very, very terrible year for hurricanes. So they just came out with their numbers, or estimated numbers, as far as what it's going to cost. So 18% move down, back to $86 here for Palomar, guys.
If you can't beat it, join them. Of course, I talked about the 8 even area on PPSI. Took the first short in front of 750. 8 broke, went into a long trade. If that's going to go, it was the last level I could see on the daily chart. I have scalped some of it out here. It still somehow hasn't halted. And sometimes I really don't understand how the halt rules work. I feel a couple of times this probably should have gone into a halt state. It still hasn't here, despite another $1.50 move in just a couple of minutes. I'll give this one back to 8 even, but if it holds above this 850 mark, at some point, it's got to halt here, so scalping some off. I have half left. It could go to 9. It could go to 10. There's just nothing to look at to the upside. This one has gone parabolic. You can only fight them so far to the short side. I'm probably not touching a short until it halts down, or halts at all, or trades below this $6.75 to $7 mark. Otherwise, got the 825 long. I've already scalped out 30-cent wins. I'm looking for a little bit more here, as there seems to be no stopping PPSI to the upside. What a crazy stock this has been. 450%, people. Nuts.
Yep. And I guess that's okay. Here we go. AMD still going PPSI. We'll look at that again, or right now for you guys. I don't have the shortable shares, but yeah, that was such a great long there through 750. Wowzers. But I guess every single break was great, right? This was good up here, and then you go again. So maybe we'll get another one at $9. Let's take a look at it from a long. This is the 1 minute. Let's take a look at it from a daily chart here, if we can. PPSI. Yeah. No point in looking at this from the daily chart. Kaboom! 445%. Wow. Yeah, this one may be coming off here. So let's find a short for you. $8, maybe the 785 could be a spot as well. That's going to be a good one if we can get it. AMD right now. Greg, if you could get me some of that PPSI, my friend, that'd be great. AMD right now making moves back into the money. That's a 50-cent winner, man. We set that up and bowled it over. So right now it's getting close to 11 o'clock. I did want to say, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you could do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. The likes it's part of the YouTube, right? The more you hit the likes, the better it is for us. So it doesn't take anything from you. You don't have to become a member, nothing. Hit that like
this
button.
Stock is nuts.
Go over to Market Wisdom. We got stuff popping off there as well. But here goes AMD. Now highs. We've got to get back to 89. Maybe I get some out in the 90s right now on AMD. A nice smooth 50 cents. Palantir, wow.
This stock just took a $1 winner. And again, here's the thing. I'm taking profits on the way up in this PPSI. There is literally nothing fundamental about this in terms of a play. It's a pure momentum play to the upside. It's getting squeezed to, I don't know where, to be perfectly honest with you. I went all the way back to like 2018 to be able to find an $8 level. So I guess we're going to 10, or maybe at some point we're going to halt. And I'm not touching this thing short until it literally breaks below $7 or halts. There's got to be some kind of semblance of rational price action or price discovery. Haven't seen it yet. No halts to the upside. I'll short it when it halts, but for now, hanging on to a $1 winner here in PPSI. I kind of wish I wasn't looking for a short originally. Thankfully, we're able to make that money back, but I'm always going to look to fade these moves when they make no fundamental sense. That's going to always be a play for me. And it wasn't that expensive to short. We just had to wait a while to be able to get them. 21 cents a share for a stock which is now moved $7. Well, it was $8 to the upside. When it does come down, believe me, it's going to be a fantastic short, and we'll try to get it.
Okay, Palantir here. We are long now, right here at 27. It's high, man. It just made a move. That's fine. We're going to give it back to 20. Let's see how high Palantir wants to go. It's Miss V time. This will give the ratings a boost. Let's go to the big screen, guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe mostly positive today. Spain is up 1.41%. Italy is up 0.79%. Germany is up 0.64%. And France is up 0.45%. French firm Sui is a positive mover after Veolia succeeded in buying 29.9% stake in the company. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
All right, guys, we're now short PPSI, and we go, of course, right in the money, 40 cents. So now we'll wait for this $8 break, and then we'll get out down here, man. What is this, 7.35, something like that. This is our short. We just put that on, man. Now we'll wait to see how far this can go down. PPSI for the win, hopefully, to the downside. We're long. We're in the money on everything right now. Nikola, 16 cents. Just took some out. Bang, bang. Double shots right there for Nikola. AMD all the way to the backside. That's a 56-cent winner as well. And moving more. PPSI, the new position that we have on 850, basically, the short, 842. Let's get some bids. Let's change it to 750. Hey, what the hell? We'll take $1 on this one if we can get it.
Yeah, I just took my last shares out on the way back in for a 25-cent win. I wasn't even going to give it the break. Once it did this turn here, I'm not going to give it the break even. We didn't have any levels. Like I said, I don't know how it hasn't already halted. You literally just dropped over $1 in what was almost less than a minute there, and we still haven't really seen any downside halts. That's over 10%. If it were to take the top off for another parabolic move, I can't see any way it's not going to halt on some kind of a 950 break. I'm still looking to see some orderly structure to this before I jump into the south side of the trade, or we can just break below this 7 even area. If it ever goes below there, I feel like some sense has come back into this name. I want to go over to Sono. This one has been on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's on, again, it's on the watch. I wasn't able to actually get some shares here. I was waiting for it to roll back over to add to my position. Unfortunately, that was exactly when PPSI was starting to make some moves, so I was distracted and missed a re-entry below this 15 mark. I still have some shares on at 15.18, and I am gonna get some out in front of the 14.75. Gonna take some more off in front of that low of the day at 14.60. This and Logitech both been falling off on that Apple Store caboot that they got. So we'll keep sliding this one to the downside. Sometimes it's not a crazy idea to say that if Apple is coming up against you, there might be some sell action on the stock today, and that's exactly what happened here in Sono. Had to wait it out a little bit. Once the volume tapered off on that little spike upside, just jump into the shorts. It's been sliding ever since, guys.
Here we go. We're waiting right now. We are 70 cents in the money on PPSI. Let's give this to, let's go. Let's wait to see if we can get this out. My bid randomly sitting at $7.61. We went as low as 68 right there. So we maybe change that, because what the hell is the difference? 6 or 7 cents here. We are going to the downside right now on PPSI. We're just waiting ahead of this little bunch up right now, so we can get in and out on PPSI, and we'll tweak this one out later if we can get out on this one. We do like it. I was giving it up to about 9 or so, worth the risk for me. That's 50 cents one way, 50 cents the other. We'll give that back, but right now, oh man, that's too bad. It looks like it's reversing course there. We were basically 5 cents away. My bid is, well, I guess 7 cents away. My bid is 7.61 on that name. So look, man, not only can we crush these big caps, but here we go, crushing a small cap for you as well. And you want something to crush. Look at Nikola, guys, right now. This is a 30-cent win right now on Nikola. So hells to the yeah. It's money. Four positions. All winners right now, Be Real. What's up?
Well, yeah, a little bit of a comeback underway here for a few of these names. APWC. APWC, I was just double checking on some headlines here, but APWC, $2 here, just broke on a huge volume spike. So a nice look, 42% to the upside for APWC. This is Asian Pacific Wire and Cable Corporation. Going to double check on some headlines, but APWC moving, guys.
Thanks a lot for that. We're going to add that one to the list. Of course, you gave us some interesting names there, but I want to also go back over to what is grinding back to the upside. It's going to be Virgin Galactic. I still have that 2250 looking for the break. Got the stop order at that level if it does get back up. It's slowly creeping upside now. If it breaks 2190, that could be an interesting place to slide. There could be some profit taking up 5%, especially with the market retesting that 3400 level that Arun mentioned to you guys this morning. And I know you guys love his takes. We mentioned it here. We're enjoying, obviously, it's been a fun show. I mean, if you don't like this action, I don't know what to say. But when it comes to likes, we've been failing to get to that 2,000 mark. That means Valeria is not happy. I'm going to put you on the spot here, V. It's past 11, obviously. We only have like an hour left in the show. Are we going to get to 2K? Do we get to see you dance in an astronaut suit? I feel like we almost never get there.
Well, dear viewers, we really need your support in receiving 2K likes. So, guys, please like this video if you haven't yet. Show some love. We're doing this for you.
Nice camera angle right there. PPSI, we just missed it again. So it goes down there, guys, to 63, and we're at 61. So we'll switch it up. We'll see if we can't take this winner. I'm not going to tell the market where my bid is right now, although it already knows. 779. There you go. I gave it to you. Let's see. The momentum should be able to get us down there, and we'll hit this, man. Another win for us coming through right now. So let's see if we can't get that. 779, please, PPSI. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Palantir. Your boy did it again and again and again, so we'll hit the hot dogs for you. Here's Palantir. We'll take a little bit off. We're long at 27, and because it's Palantir, you know we taking some shares, 930. I'm also wondering if this should be put into the long-term investment right there. Palantir, we'll wait. I was thinking lower than 9, but we've bumped off 9 a couple times right here. So Palantir, we'll see if it comes lower, but here it comes fading back in. Look at the NASDAQ right now coming back. I don't think that's going to affect, obviously, some of these recent direct listings, but you do never know. Nicola bouncing. Yes, it goes through 50. We're waiting at 57 here, Nicola. Like, it goes as high as 56 again. So this has been a funny day, like literally stopping on a dime for me. We talked about 57 over and over again, so I guess I got to switch this. Here's 55. Let's see if we can't break. We're offering right here at 57, so maybe we'll get out. But Nicola, another 40-cent win, so backflips everywhere right now. We got 3 positions on, all 3 bangers for you. Let's go.
Yeah, just watching some further consolidation at PPSI here, right off this 8 to 825 area. Look, if this thing takes out 850, I think there's going to be an interesting test when it gets to that fresh high at 43. If it doesn't get through there and fails lower, there might be another opportunity. I'm going to look for a short there. Just because I paid for shorts doesn't mean I have to force the trade, but you see how much room this has to go. I mean, you're talking about a $5 hard level down there before a big-time volume spike, guys. So watch out if there's a halt at 7 even and it opens lower than that. You still have $2 worth of room on PPSI. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
I just saw this QD having quite the day, almost 10% here on decent volume. I mentioned a couple of software names, cloud-based software names today. Chinese name here, QDN, up about 9%, guys.
And there we go, guys. We go positive. There's PPSI right there. Big trade there, 63 cents. I told you 79. We take it out. That's a 63-cent winner for your boy. So we hit the banger there. Unplug the net right now. Good win for PPSI. A great trade there. Short 850. Out right there, 779 for a 63-cent win. So that's all good. You missed us, though, Nicola. I hate your guts because we were very, literally 2 pennies away from that. 1 penny away from getting out. So I just market them out there. 48. Now we're holding a small spot on you. AMD, man, what a great out. Again, we're flat on AMD now as it's coming right back down to that same spot. Let's identify that again as the NASDAQ still continues to fall. Look, we're right at that spot where NASDAQ went to before rebounding. So we have to look at AMD again. I'm just going to make sure I cancel all of my orders now because I don't want to get into something that I don't mean to. There we go. Everything canceled. Let's let this market settle down, and I'll see about bottom picking AMD again. Your boy is back.
Not going to bottom pick this one. I'm going to take it short of PLL here, starting to slide. Look, it already made its move. We talked about this up at 48 when it broke through that key price, turnaround shy of 50. It's now heading southbound. If this breaks down here at 43, even 43 quarters, I'm going to look to take a shot to the downside here on PLL. It's a nice level price. A couple of legs here. It bounced off of it. If it breaks down, I got to have this one PLL. I think it's going to make you a move, give you a move to 41 and then this 40 level, guys. So let's get this one locked and loaded. I had to pay for some locates here. here, much like PPSI as well, but certainly worth it. When a stock is going to give you a $15 range, you don't want to shy away from it. Volatility is what it's all about. PLL is definitely giving it right here.
Okay, yeah, my battery is low in my earphone, so that's okay. Palantir, we'll still wait for 31s. We could take some out for 3 pennies. Still a good win, man. Every time you can make profit on something, it's good. We don't show our shares on the show, but obviously if I'm going to take out 3 pennies, we'll do that. So we'll do that there. AMD does bounce almost off the exact same spot we were long before. It bounces off 29 there, or 30. We waited for 25, so we'll wait to see if that one wants to come back to the downside right now. We're just holding a small position just to watch it. That's how we knew it was coming back down. Mr. Wicked.
Quite a few Chinese-based names getting some attention today. Here's another one. This is China Recycling, up 16%. You can see big volume spike through day highs there, which was above that pivot on the daily chart as well. But China Recycling, Craig, not Greg, Craig moving, guys.
And if you hear us yell to Greg, for those of you that haven't been watching too long here, Greg, we have a trading floor behind us. Obviously, COVID, social distancing means most of these guys are remoting and they're not actually able to come in at this time. But Greg's the manager of the floor. He's still out. He's still back behind us, behind that little pillar. So we're yelling, get some locates, because he has the ability to jump in there for all the traders in our risk system to be able to get them for us. Obviously, we're doing double, triple duty here, trading, sometimes managing our own shorts, and talking to you guys, letting you know what we're thinking about here. So I did think I had locates on PLL, but it did break that 25, hasn't broken 43.25, hasn't broken 43 even. So still some time to jump into this short, guys. Might actually be a good thing that it was delayed, because the second test could be better. We'll give it to 43 even. Otherwise, let's see if we can't take it on maybe even a pop-up into 46 in front of that price. So PLL looking like it's fading back in. A failure to break below 43 during lunchtime might set this one up for one of those afternoon rant parties, but for now I am looking to short it through this temporary bottom at 43 even, or off of this 46 level. Either way, I'll try to get into PLL now that I've got those locates. Thank you, Greg.
Wow, Greg, good job there, buddy. Okay, 830 there to the downside, 779. Look at that out on PPSI, man. Big one right there, and we take that for a nice little 63-cent win. And thank God we did. Look where we're at right now, man. Just keeps on ripping to the upside. So a great out there for us on PPSI. And again, thank you to Greg for getting me the short. So good look there. And we did make that money. So good little trade there on PPSI. AMD, oh man, we didn't take it. We should have. It does go long as the 23's there. I hope you guys did it there. There we go. I like the neck movement with Valeria there. It kind of looks like your neck is on a swivel or something. Okay, 80s, 523. Good little bottom there for AMD. We did not take it, but hopefully you guys did for sure. So JP Morgan, Marlin. Okay, I see you there asking for some more stocks. Absolutely no problem. We'll look at, yes, JP Morgan above 100. Superman is in the building. From trader to maybe investment advisor, we'll see. But JP Morgan, nice little move to the upside. We are super happy. We put this in our account at $94 about a week and a bit ago, as well as Apple we put back in there at 104, 105, 106, something like that. So that's a nice little 10% return on those shares as well. We did talk about it. I told everybody, get some more Nikola, 17, 18. We didn't dip in strong, but now our average price is about $28 for me in my own account. So this is a problem. I'm going to probably just get out of Nikola right now. I don't know if we trust that. I do want to get into some Ford. Our Palantir, man, I was waiting at 30 there and didn't get any love. So now it's coming back down. Again, I'm not going to get more shares. We'll probably reload if we can get somewhere around 920, but Nikola right now, 23 cents in the money. That's how we do it. And AMD pushing backside. Let's get out, but right now this is a 25-cent win. You guys are welcome today, guys.
Just took some shares out on Sono again. We talked about reloading. I did reload here in the 90s. I would have taken some more shares at 95 as well in front of 15 even, but it continues its slow, nice, easy grind to the downside. I've taken it at 80s. I'll take some at 75. I'll take the rest out at 65 as well. So this one's going to be a relatively simple trade. I want to get back to SPAC. This wasn't a good one for me. Looked for a bottom pick. This one's on the watch list, of course. The Fisker vote has been settled, the timing of it at least. This was the level I was working off all morning, guys, 14 even. I tested long in front of it. This one wick down, hard break, and it went 40 pennies almost instantly. It's now snapped back to the upside. If it tries to make a sideways move, it could be worth a secondary push, maybe to that upside trade, but it's got to hold this level from last week on Friday, and that's going to be that 1385. If it goes below there or cannot hold this on any kind of a consolidation, I'm not going to even try to long this one again on SPAC. I did want to buy the dip on this thing because I've tried once. I'll try it again if it gives some kind of consolidation. I need to see buyers step into this before I'm going to test it one more time, but SPAC could be worth the wait. Did get those PLO shorts, so I'm going to look for 2 entries on this one. I already gave you the breakdown trade. If it gives me a shot here up around this 45 to 45.50 area off of 46, I will get into it on that way as well, guys.
Me and Valeria having a good time over here right now. So lucky enough to sit near her. So we're fun. Great time. Okay, Marlon, thank you so much for the JP Morgan look. That put me in a good mood for sure. We will look to trade that. I was just too busy bigging up the call on JP Morgan. Let's look over to and see if we can't make a trade on JP Morgan right now. We still are high side on it. We could go down to like a 10-minute chart, but we don't have anything here because that's straight upside. This is where we bought it, man. It wasn't even that long ago. What day is this? Like the 29th? You could have got it again on the 2nd. What day is it today? The 6th. So nice moves on JPM, baby. As interest rates staying low forever. Not normally good for banks, but we'll see, man. Great pickup, great dividend. We do love that stock. So good trade there. But right now, Palantir, I don't know what to do with that. We're 3 longs, 3 in the money now, and it's been very, very good. Yes, teamwork, everything's going good. Everyone giving the heart.
Brennan, what just happened to Boeing? Boeing just cratered $5 in the last couple of minutes here. Obviously, something going on here, guys. There's got to be news. I'm going to quickly just jump over to Twitter because I don't want to trade it blind.
They cut guidance.
That's all? They cut guidance? Okay,
Yep,
that's
huge,
not the end of the world.
Well, cutting guidance, that's all. Cutting guidance is huge, guys. I think it was down 2 or 3%. Brendan will have that news. It's actually old news, but I'm really surprised it's just hitting right now. So maybe
yeah, that's why I said that's all. And if it's going to be this 167.50, if you go all the way back to yesterday's bottom, maybe that could be a bounce point here. If there is something else, Brendan, of course, is going to get it to us. But 167.50, that's the first level I can see. If it bounces there, it could be a good long. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, just a couple of things coming through. So they not only cut their guidance, but they cut their delivery guidance for the next 2 years as far as plane deliveries are concerned. There's also a couple of other things here coming through as far as the next decade for planes. So it's also a 2-year span and then a 10-year span for deliveries on planes to the downside. So I'm going to keep reading this and I'll come back, guys.
Yeah, good job there. Yeah, that's what it is, man. You can't cut guidance and then have this as a strong stock. But we're only down 1.3%, so I think it's worth definitely waiting to see what Brendan has. This is almost like a baby move, but we'll wait to see here. It could even crash more, man. I mean, if this is a decade-long thing, watch out. I mean, we'll see about Boeing. Only down 1%. It's not even that big, but we'll wait to see on Boeing, man. It is crashing, so we have to pick up some levels. Like we're back to where we were 2 days ago. So not a big move, but yeah, all the profits today wiped out here on Boeing, straight to the downside. We will look for more jump spots on this as it just keeps cratering, man. I saw the news and I just saw that nothing happened. So we should have took it up here. Damn it. That could have been a monster winner for us.
Here comes that 167.50 and it comes and goes with almost no fanfare, but it's just a little bit of a bounce here. So if you want to hold this, I'm going to take a shot at some point. If we get back northbound of 168, I would take a long off of this fresh low, but it has to hold this 167.50 level, which it doesn't seem like it's going to do. Brendan, what's the update?
Yeah, so it looks like this is the main headline here, guys. They cut their passenger jet forecast for the next 10 years by 11%, which is a decent-sized number for Boeing. So that seems to be the big number, as well as their current quarter and full year forecast for this year, guys.
And this is when you want to jump to the higher time frame look over on Boeing, and you go to like a 15-minute, start thinking about if it does take it out, which it just did, you're really starting to think about like 162 to 160 is the bottom end range. It's about $5 further to the downside from that price level. That's what I'll be watching for on Boeing. If there's any kind of a consolidation, there could be a nice little bit of a long. Watch out for this 165 to 166, but that's basically right here. We're still evaporating on the bid. I mean, if I can show you the level 2 a second ago, I mean, these bids just essentially will go away. Even without prints to the downside, you'll see the bid evaporate. That means buyers are stepping away from Boeing rapidly here, guys.
Okay, we are short right now on AMD, cracking through 85. So we'll wait to see if that one wants to continue its move downside. Obviously, AMD comes from here. This was great. We did not defend this the second time. We talked about why we didn't, and good thing we didn't because it comes crashing back down. And then this purple is finally a short. So you see all these longs, then back to short. I'm only going to give this to this spot here. So if it doesn't go, then that's fine. We'll get out at 85.25. But that's what's happening right now on AMD. Bang, a nice little win right there. So boom, AMD to the downside right now. 10 cents right now. Obviously, we're looking for more than that, but here comes AMD. Let's see if it can go to the downside. Out 91s there.
Also going to the downside, as you can obviously imagine, if you're seeing a move like that in Boeing, is going to be American, which bouncing here, but the airlines all under pressure off of that Boeing news. Of course, it's going to weigh heavily on the entire space, cracking below VWAP and this 25 level. It's not at the low of the day, however. And if we continue to slide on Boeing and we stay below that 3,400, I'm going to short this one below that little VWAP play. It's giving you a bit of a pop here to use like a 1330 to 1335 area. I'm taking my shot. AL was a good breakout trade long, but the litmus has changed just a little bit from yesterday to today. We like the breakout. We took it yesterday for a couple of long wins. Now we're going south side in front of 1335 on Boeing. I'm still looking over at Virgin Galactic, which I thought could be a 2250 break. We're prepared to take it. If it broke through that even psychological level, the market reversed. Virgin reversed as well, and we went short off his 2190, which we also mentioned was going to go short. Not a VWAP break for me. It's this level here where there was a bit of a pullback dip buy and then a second dip buy off 2190. So when that level breaks, I'm jumping into the short trade here in front of it. We'll give it a back to this price here, like 2205 or so, and then see if it comes all the way back into 2150. Some profit taking underway potentially in Virgin Galactic.
Okay, we're waiting also. So I just put the stop order in there on AMD, so 85.30, basically the level that we kept talking about. So, but we've already got out of some of this trade, so we're waiting for the downside now. Our best out, 85s. Wow, that was a good out. We'll hopefully get that back. So right now, Nikola, 14 cents in the money. Okay. Palantir, this is why we're waiting for a load up spot on Palantir. 920 looks like a good one. I didn't even have a bid there. Silly me. Should have had it. I don't know if we actually went down there or not, but there was a wick. And the way Palantir has been trading lately is it can wipe out levels. You guys already know that. So watch out. I'm going to put another bid. I'm going to put a bid, not another bid, at 20. Some at 21, some at 20. See if we can't clean that. But I did want to get a shout out since Jarhead's back in the building. Hydration Nation still strong. We're still pounding this back. We're at the about the noon mark on the bottle there, in between that 11 and 1. So we got the come on there, trying to motivate us. There's the sticker, the tradertv.live. And yeah, we can see clearly now because look what just happened again. More backflips, man. AMD, hello. We seek revenge on this stock, and we get it, man. A dish best served cold AMD, and there it is. There's a banger for you, man. We're bringing the energy downside, get hit at 84.85. That's a good trade, a nice little 13 cents with shares on. So let's go, AMD. You can even make lower lows. Let's go.
Everything making some bottoms here. It feels like the entire market being dragged down. Of course, there was also this 3,400 break, which happened before the Boeing news. So there already was a slide to the downside in the overall market before Boeing dropped a bit of a hammer on the markets. I put some targets out here in front of this sort of dip buy level on American Airlines at 13.15 or so. If it breaks that, we're marching towards that low of day at 13.06. So got the short on in American Airlines, got the short on in Sono, short in Space as well as that slides back down. As far as a sleepier name here, guys, AMC. Yesterday we were shorting off a 430 level, and today it gave you the same thing, but there was only one crack at it. It was right at 930, and if you weren't taking the short at that time, you definitely missed it. There were certainly better plays to be had, and that's the only reason why I wasn't going right back to the well on AMC. It was a great trade yesterday. Certainly could have had it today, but you've got to pick the names that are going to be best for you. And if you looked at our watch list this morning, you would have seen BioNTech top of the list. That's why we jumped over to that name, because we certainly liked it. I certainly liked it the best. I thought there was going to be the most upside in the trade, at least in terms of profitability. I did take a second short here off of this level break, 85.80. I was stopped out here at 86.50. Tight stop, only risking 70 cents when earlier, we're making trades for $2, $3, a bigger move. But if we take this level again, maybe like 10, 15 pennies lower than this, it looks like the floodgates could open up. So I'll be back into BioNTech on the south side trade at 85, 70 or so, a little bit deeper than the last time we tried it, to see if we can get that full retrace back to 84. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
I mentioned this one earlier. IOVA just popping back up on a volume scanner. Almost got to day highs there, but failed. We're back to 28.50 here. But this is one that had a trial, late stage trial for one of their treatments that failed. So a big move down aftermarket yesterday. It's trying to claw its way back to 29 though, guys.
And here comes a downside play in Virgin Galactic, but I want to get back over to Boeing just a quick second just to update you guys. I did briefly turn at 166, but it is retesting that low. So just to go over the levels that we were mentioning before, watch out for like 160 to 162. I do feel like it's starting to try to catch a bid. So if you're thinking about prices to defend here with the market continuing to slide down, that's where I would draw a line in the sand. But also Americans starting to work out for us. BioNTech, I just mentioned this one as it was approaching that level one more time. First time, a great trade. Second time, we tried it for the short side, got stopped out. I'm trying this level one more time. If it doesn't go here, I feel like the strength is just simply too much to be had in BNTX, and it doesn't seem like I want to fall any further. But from this price, I'll take some out, probably on an 85 break, use that momentum to take about $1 win, and then we're looking to see if it makes a higher low off of this 83.50 bottom. That would be at 84 if we can get it. Brennan, what do you got?
Olin Corporation just noticed Wells Fargo with an upgrade on price target increase on this one today. I was just going to double check if there's more, but day highs here for OLN up about 8%. Neil.
Thank you very much there, Brennan. I want to go to a name that you actually had mentioned a little bit earlier, guys. AYX. This stock also starting to roll over. I mean, one of the things we try to talk about here is volume mattering. All the way upside, and this stock was up like a $10 move after already gapping up from 113 close, guys. But once the volume tapered off and slowed down, you start getting the sellers come in. They're starting to take some profit. If this cannot break back above like a 143.60, it would not shock me to retest all the way to the bottom if the market slides down here. Heavily shorted name, 16% short interest last I checked. My daily chart's frozen there. But this is the gap that we're talking about. This stock was going nowhere for 2 weeks and then just made this break on their earnings. $30 move to the upside, failing at 150. If it rolls over again here at 141 and 142, it could go parabolic to the downside action on AYX. So I want to be involved in this one if I can. Got to pick up some ideas. This market's going to start selling off. You got to have some ideas to the short side on some of these bigger names here. Already got space, already got AAL in the money, just took some profit on that one. As it's approaching its low of the day.
You want some ideas? I'm the idea man, boys and girls.
Money,
right here,
money,
look at AMD.
money,
Look at this short,
money,
through
money,
85.
money.
Bang, right down there, 50 smooth cents on AMD. And good news to everybody, it is barbecue chicken for lunch. So we'll hit the chicken dinner winners for you right there as well. That is barbecue chicken. I hope my mic is not on mute. AMD coming back down, a nice little 50-cent win, so that's worth a floss there. And again, man, we put on shares, and I don't have a problem telling you guys, what my most risk spots are. I've gotten some tweets about that. You guys want to know when we actually put on risk. I'm telling you when I do. We got hit here early on AMD. That's a risk trade. Then we put on our biggest spot right here. Boom, that one to the upside. Then we go again on an 85 break. Remember, that was our initial plan. If this had ever failed for us, then we were reversing and hammering the short at 85, and boom goes the dynamite. So we will hit the cowbell for you again on this AMD short. Hells to the yeah. We also told you guys on that advice once again, this is GBTC, not doing anything, that's Bitcoin. Nikola, we told you we were putting on risk on Nikola, and then that goes straight to the upside. No losers right there as well. So we're taking your advice, letting you know the trades that we like the most and where we're putting our risk on. So we're listening to you guys. Send us messages on Twitter. Let's get going. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. 30 minutes to go. This market be fallen.
Still falling, and another short triggered in here, of course. PLL, I mentioned this one. We got the locates. 43 has now broken. I got 42.75 into the south side trade. This one coming off like $50, guys. So it's already gone $7. But let's remember where it came from. $35 at the close, which means it's about halfway. That means there's a lot of room to head back down. You got to give it a couple of dollars here because it's already put a $15 range, so you're not talking about 50-cent scalps for a stock like this. If you're not willing to risk a couple of bucks here, it's certainly not worth it. A tiny breakdown is going to give you probably to 40 even. That's a $2.50 winner there alone, so you got to be willing to risk at least that back to the upside. I'm looking at that 45 level, so just a little bit less than that is what I want to risk on PLL. Another one which is it hadn't broken the low when I looked at it last, but NYSE might have missed this trade altogether here as it just took out what was like a triple bottom at 36.60. I'm not going to chase this one. I think the move's already in on NYSE, and if I had gotten that break, you're already scalping in front of 36. But NNOX, some heavy short selling from a couple of the big boys last week. Once again, under tremendous pressure. Not quite short sell restricted, but it's getting pretty close.
Guys, NNOX yesterday, we took a $2 or $3 winner in the afternoon on that one. We held that, and I told you guys again on Twitter, like, sometimes we hold trades. So that was a good one for us yesterday. NNOX. Yo, what up, Matt Murphy? Welcome back, my friend. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll look back for you on Tesla today. We're negative on Tesla today, but that's just because we did take that defend of 420. Ooh la la. Yeah, if we would have saw that one, Mr. Murphy, that would have been a juicy one for sure. 413, 412. Yeah, you know what? I mean, the NASDAQ's falling and I'm short AMD. If I wasn't short AMD, guys, we may look at that. But right now we are short AMD. I do like in that. If you're going to protect that 410, it's bounced off there a couple different times. I'll try to show it to you on our chart. We still do have a little bit of an issue here with the split. That still has not been reversed in our spot. But 410 has just bounced. I mean, even if you look here, it's about 409 right there, a bunch of bottoms. We don't see the exact wicks because of the chart. But yeah, it's defended 410. And hells to the yeah. Thanks for the super chat, Matt. You've been legit this whole time and coming with that. So $10 gets you that. And I would go, man. I would go long even right now. 415, 413, 412, something like that. If you are liking that Tesla long. For me, the NASDAQ is making the moves downside. So I'm not going to trade Tesla against the market. But I still think that 410, man, could hold. Remember earlier, Matt, I noticed that Tesla, like this was the market, right? Up. And then this was Tesla, down. So Tesla today not really following the market. I don't know if I trust that one to the downside. Yeah, it's loud. I don't have my earpiece in. What's up, B?
A little bit of headline. Apologies, guys, if you mentioned this already. But American Airlines, both for American and for Boeing, delaying the planned start for 737 MAX training now. That's coming from their union. So AAL down on the Boeing news, the demand over the next decade or so. But they're also going to delay training on the 737 MAX, guys.
Yeah, your time is actually pretty excellent there because AL just came right back into a reload range. I'm sort of AL is going to trade in a tighter range. It's like a 40 penny range on the day. So I'm going to be passive when I try to get shares. There's a little more liquidity here. It's not going and making crazy moves or super violent. So you can patiently wait for some of your orders, whereas other names, you're going to try to remove liquidity, pay that spread. You don't always have to do that in American Airlines. So I'll take advantage of that effect. Even get paid to trade a little bit there, making some rebates. Not that it matters. But 13.23. I just got in here again. My original entry was exactly at 23. I take some 22 halves. Actually, I got a midpoint there. So I'm going to continue to short this one below VWAP as long as it wants to continue the sympathy play. And now its own news on that little Boeing flush. Market's still heading southbound, so favoring the short trade. Already taken profit on it once. I'll do so again if it gets down to the teens and then cover it all in front of that low of the day on American Airlines. Good look here. Great timing, Brendan, on that news.
Okay, let's go over a stock that I think I have not. Well, not that I think. The question is, do we? I guess we'd probably need shorts on PLL today. It's up 26%. 1 minute chart there, making the moves, man. Back to VWAP. That's PLL. We lost on WWR today, but PLL up that 26% and just showing up obviously on some volume scanners here. So we will wait on that one, PLL. But just wanted to look at it. Not really doing anything before I short it or go long or anything. We need to get back to VWAP, which is 450, so we could easily get back to that anytime soon. These stocks just get pushed around and then up, down, and around. I mean, look at the daily chart on this thing. if it loads. Here comes the daily chart. Look at this, man. This was $8-9 a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Now up to 47. Hello, Tesla getting involved in PLL. You guys all know that. AMD comes all the way back. So good outs down there, man. 44s, 50s. We get out to get at 75 on that break. So with the NASDAQ trying to come back, let's see what my Tesla call did. Did not put it on. Yeah, see, look, man. NASDAQ comes back here a little bit. I would have expected Tesla to come back. It did come back a little bit, but I wouldn't take $1. So that's why I'm not trading it. I have rose-colored glasses with Tesla, always looking for upside there. And just today, it's a scalp machine. If you just scalped basically all of these highs, like if you faded that, bang, you're a winner. You fade this, you're a winner. You know, upside there, bang. It comes upside, hit it. Comes upside, you hit it. So Tesla just keeps rolling over here today. I'd be very, very careful hitting any longs unless something changes in the rhetoric, something changes somewhere with Tesla. I would stay away from that name for now, guys.
Yeah, just watching, leveling off here the market a little bit. So I do have a stop. It's more of an area stop. I don't think with a stock like American Airlines, you necessarily have to put a hard stop order in. Like I said, it's a bit of a structured type of name. Doesn't always move that fast. And there's lots of liquidity on level 2 just to show you guys. I mean, right here randomly. Didn't know that there'd be 100,000 shares in the offer, but there it is right there. So I'm not too worried about this. If it breaks above 30, I'll pick my own entry to the outside of it. I don't like putting an actual stop order at VWAP, even if I'm using that as a bit of a retracement level. I never try to put a stop exactly at that price. It's entirely too arbitrary. But if it does trade above there, I'll have plenty of time to get out between like 27 and 30. Again, if I'm going to be taking profit first stage, 8 to 10 cent wins, that's about what I want to be risking if I'm going to be scalping it. So let's see if we can hold American Airlines as a market sliding back to that upside, guys. I want to go back over to XTNT just very, very briefly. We've seen some of these small cap names that had those nice little sell-offs. It went one parabolic move up in the morning and then gives you a consolidation. One thing that you got to watch out for is if there's going to be a secondary move, where might it break out? I don't think that's going to happen, but I am still holding the short here. If it breaks 170, I am moving my stop. It has been this entire time back at break even. No need to have it at that price now. It got all the way down to the previous close and turn right around a penny away from my target. I might as well trail this now to 170 and lock in the rest of this profit. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Platinum Group Metals, another miner here just popping up on volume. This is actually an interlisted name. It actually trades here in Toronto on the TSX. The TSX just saying it's going to add platinum to its small cap index. So I guess that's the reason for the little pop here, just popping up on the volume scanner. PLG, 9.5%, guys.
Interesting. PLG, well, we will look at that. We'll also look at BNTX. I want to look back at Pfizer. AMD does go back upside here. We're not out of it, but I am debating putting on another short right now. I think that's probably a good one. Let's put on a few more shares just to round out our position. We have taken this to the downside right here. Let's check back before we do anything. Let's just check to see, make sure NVIDIA is also thinking about going downside here off of, wow, a 566, man. We're down $10 from that on NVIDIA. So if it can come back to the upside, that'd be fantastic. 557 and change. That might be a great spot. It's just a matter of what you think here on the market, man. I mean, if you think the market's going to fall down, then you can use this 557 as your out. It's only 40 cents away. It's not a very aggressive trade, but if you have direct market access like we do, then you can get in and out of that no problem. And again, it's also share size dependent, right? You got to make sure that you're there with the amount of shares that you can hold something. You don't need to get blown way out of the water like we almost did on AMD today. 557 though on NVIDIA. Let's look at it on a little bit of a longer time frame right now. We'll bust out a 3-minute chart here for you. No, not candlesticks. We're already on candlesticks. Here it is, NVIDIA 3-minute chart. Darn it, VWAP is all the way up here at 557. That's not horrible. This 559. 557 is where we're looking at right now. Possibly a good little long here on NVIDIA. Let's just watch the market first.
Yeah, you do have to see what's going to happen. And we talk about the market here. What we both mean by this is looking at the futures and whether it's going to be the NASDAQ futures you're seeing break back towards the upside. I've been watching the ES a little bit more today. Arun has talked about this psychological 3,400 level. If we can hold that, I mean, a couple of shorts on that should look pretty good. But if we break back to the upside and retest those highs, you might want to rethink some of those names that are going to closely or more closely track the broad market. For me, that's going to be that American Airlines, which is still below that 30 mark, but it is starting to get to that upside. And you can have a stop on an individual stock, but I'd also say to myself, well, if we break 3,400 and American Airlines hasn't necessarily gone, I can still take out that trade based on what the market overall is doing. That's not what I'm going to do here, because obviously the airlines and Boeing have their own news today, so I wouldn't have a stop based on that 3,400 level. But certainly I've done that in the past and wouldn't refrain from considering that in the future. A couple of updates to give you guys on the South short side trades as the market does try to bounce here. That PLL, still working into this one, but I want to give you a higher time frame look at it on the 15-minute chart, because that's what I'm working with for this type of a trade. Again, it's got some consolidation. I'm short here at 43 even, a couple of entries to get that price, $2 away from that 45 mark. But this is what I'm essentially looking at here, guys. If you look at what it did the first time and this pattern when it's a little bit more condensed this time, obviously it's not making a move from 26 to 52 on this day. It's maybe half of that move. But on the way back in, you're just looking at that first little pullback. It then tries to get back up to what was a previous consolidation point, and you're looking for a further dip down. It did it once before. Were it to do it again, it's this 40 level break that would give you a bit of a target to the downside. So if you think you're making $2 to $3 before you take anything out, you got to be risking something along those lines. Or to me, that trade doesn't make sense. It is counter trend on the day, but it has already started to give a bit of a pullback here on PLL.
All right, guys, cash register right here for Nikola. We do take that out. I mean, this has been a great trade for us. One of the, my number one stock today, is Nikola right now. So good. We just got out right there. So this is my number one stock. And as you guys can see, we put on risk down here at 24.10. And then now we're just getting out, man, 40, 30, 40 cent winners upside. Actually, our best winner was exactly 40 cents. We just took it out for 30 right there at 24.40. But Brendan has more news.
Another one, guys. Kala Pharmaceuticals just noticed Vanguard. Yeah, that Vanguard disclosing a stake in this company, Kala. Kala, 8.5% today. Nice little pop. Back to 850. However, this daily chart, a bit of a mess still in a downtrend. But nice little look here for Kala, guys.
Kalak. Okay, good name there. Yes, I hope everyone is feeling good, and we are here today as well as the market just continues to make those moves, man. It's really a shame that we didn't step in or figure out any low levels here on Boeing for you. It is bouncing around right now off of some of that. I don't know if they were having a news conference or what, but they released some numbers there, some forward guidance that they did not receive well in the market, but they actually wasn't received that poorly, man. Boeing's only down 2%. We did talk about that. I think it should be down more maybe. So we'll wait to see if there's more news coming on that. But right now, you could go long 168.50 if that does come through. Did anybody take that NVIDIA long? Let's just see what it's doing right now for you. It was at 57. It's still right there. So we're still right there. And just to let you know, we did take more shares short of AMD. As I look at my mouse, oh wow, that goes all the way down there to 08. We did not have any bids out. So we're short right now at 12s. Average. Our out is right here, 35. So if the market continues to go and takes out this little top on the NASDAQ, again, we're watching these stocks, man, AMD, NVIDIA, all the semis have such high beta to the market that if the market goes, you got to get out, because I'm not letting it go all the way back to the upside there. We already haven't had my worst stock of the day, NVIDIA. So, AMD. But so we're not going to, risk all of our day on this one. So we'll wait. But 85 and change is our target to the downside. That is Advanced Micro Devices, guys.
A mixed result there, half a win and half loss in that AAL trade. It holds above that 30 mark, so I cover it. I don't know that we've mentioned Beyond Meat today, but it's always a good thing to start thinking about relative strength and relative weakness. I mean, the market, ES just turned back over to positive, but something which really hasn't given back and has held all kinds of support here at 182.50 is going to be Beyond Meat, as you can see here. So let's file that one away for a possible afternoon type of trade. If it does hold this base, maybe a secondary break here in Beyond Meat, whether that's going to be like through the 185.25. I'd much rather, if you can take the long trade, just go long in front of that 183. You also have 182.50 as support, or the breakout at a 187 if you like that one. Let's go over to PLL. It's starting to go back into the money. It's still trying to roll over to the downside here, but I'm not going to get too hung up in like 50 cent to a dollar moves here. It really needs to get going through this like 42.50 to 42 area. I still like this one as long as we're below that 45 mark. If it breaks up, I'll risk a couple of dollars to try and make that on the front end of this trade on PLL. Huge range on the day. This is the middle, so I don't want to give it. I'm not giving it all the way to 50. That's unreasonable, of course, but I'll give it to 45 to be sure.
All right, guys, and yeah, we're smoking right now, guys. PLTR, there it is, man. Takes them out 30s, and did I get 32s there? No, 31s. So we did not get 32s. It does spike as far as 32 there. We're waiting on that. We did not get any love. I guess these wicks really aren't happening. We didn't get any of these shares down here, so now we're waiting for the upside to keep going on Palantir, guys. Long, right now, 27s and out. So it doesn't look that crazy, but again, considering the moves, there's only been one move today. That's almost straight off the open. So we missed that whole thing. We wait for a little bit of a pullback there. We should have got longer in the 21s, 22 area. So I've switched my bids into those range. So right now, Palantir just keeps on going, guys. AMD does take that out and then comes right back. So we're still in it. We didn't get out of everything, not even close. So we'll wait. If it takes out 85.40, that's going to be definitely a loser for us. Check out NVIDIA. I hope you guys had that. That's $1. And Matt Murphy, you guys asked about Tesla, and you asked about it down here, man, 413, 414. So good look on that one. I hope that my advice didn't scare you away. We were just talking about it against the NASDAQ and sort of the trend, but looks like it's bucking now. So if you have that, you could definitely hold. I would say look out for a 419 top, man. You don't want to look that gift horse in the mouth. But Nikola, Palantir, and AMD, what I have on right now, guys.
Yeah, and just to get back to some names that I see you guys asking about in the chat a little bit, haven't really talked too much about SPI in the last couple of sessions, if it'll load up here. Starting to move again to the upside. Let's keep things in perspective with SPI. And again, my daily chart's still frozen. But this level here, exactly where we're at right now, there was that massive flush at the end of the month. This is exactly where it started. So you might be running into some resistance. If you're holding a long trade here, this seems like an obvious place to take profits. Why? Because I think some shorts will get a little bit of confidence if we get a bit of a rollover here at that 815. Again, you just sort of look for these levels where there was price rejection in the past. And when it got through that 8 even, it got rather ugly. You go at the end of the month, the volume is still holding up. So there is still some juice to this trade if it were to break through. Maybe you're talking about a push to like 9,950. But SPI, yes, it is back on the radar. It is in play again today, 7.5 million shares. But watch out for this level if you're trying to hold a hero long through there. Not a bad place, I think, to take some profits because could turn into a short if we can't get through that 815.
Yeah, just massaging this AMD trade a little bit here for you guys. Short. It does. We do get out at 31, but then we take more short upside. So we're still going to give this one. I guess I changed it up to 50s there. I don't want to get married to this position. Sometimes that will be a negative thing for you. You don't need to like keep pounding the pavement. I just think that NASDAQ right there does fail. So we've seen AMD fall again, and here it comes. So we do get the same amount of position back on. Now we're going to the downside. I just had Nikola up there. Guys, we're breaking highs, man. Nikola, the top stock today. So we hit the swish there. We have Nikola. It's the top stock. Let's keep going with it. What up, Beep?
Endo International, another one from the pharmaceuticals group. We're getting back into earnings, guys, but this one doesn't report until November 2nd here, but they updated their current quarter guidance to the upside today. So ENDP, nice look here, 12.6%, just made a new day high.
Go, Nikola.
Getting that endo. Let's look at that OPTT, of course. Another one which is a bit of a mover here. Now, Brennan mentioned this one when he talked about the small cap recap, but if it is going to break down, and again, it's made some consecutive highs here, hasn't really tested a really significant level, but if it gets back below VWAP, or in particularly this 185, that's going to be a big sign of weakness for me. If I was long, that's where I'd take it out. If I was looking for shorts, which I am, it's that price I'm going to stare dead in the face. It's already broken through any levels to the upside that matter. But when I say that 185, that also coincides with that recent breakout right here on the daily chart. You go back into mid-August, 178 was that top. So I like that level for a couple of reasons. If it gets back below there, I think that's where I would start thinking about shorting this one. Up 60%. Been a few of those today, and the fade trades have been good so far. Knock on fake wood. Well, I think it's fake wood anyways.
Okay, AMD right now, nice win again. We just got out some 16s, some 10s there on a move down, so we're bidding 10 again, see if we can't get that. So we're just playing this momentum. Look at the NASDAQ falling down a little bit there. And again, AMD did not fall as much as we thought. I mean, how could the low of the NASDAQ be 11,375, and we're only 10 handles away from that, and we are about $1 away from the bottoms here on AMD. So, something's fishy, they say, with AMD. So I don't know. We're going to keep getting out. If we can get a move down again on this name. Let's try to clear it all, man. If we can get 85s, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But look at the relative strength in AMD. NASDAQ coming down. NASDAQ near day's low. AMD nowhere near their day's low. So we'll see if that one can continue to be true. And yeah, I just double checked the highest stock for both of us today by profit is Nikola. So there it is, guys. Hopefully you have this, man. The most profitable stock on the floor today, Nikola. So making moves, man, and I'm almost out of it. I have 5% left. I'm really just hoping that we can get to 25 and then we'll celebrate that. But Nikola, nice move to the upside there. The worst stock for me, AMD. So we go back and forth there. Best to worst, AMD. We're trying to make that money back right now. Need an 85 break, but look, we've identified it. Look at NASDAQ, still going down here. And AMD just stone cold chilling near the high side right now. So it needs to fall back down. Let's go, AMD. Give us those dimes again.
Yeah, dimes. We love the assists every now and then, guys. But look, we're only about 10 minutes to go, so I'll just quickly recap a couple of positions that we have on because they could be on, for a longer time frame here. PLL, of course, a sideways consolidation, looking for a breakdown, giving it to this VWAP area 45 even, so risking a couple to try and make at least 250 on the first leg. And if it breaks 40, I think we get all the way back to that 38. So that short is on. I also still, and I've had this one all morning long, and this was on the watch list, of course. We talked about the Apple news, giving the boot to Sonos and Logitech and any other competitors when it comes to speakers and headphones, their anticipation of their own product. This has been one of those shorts that once it started to come back in and the volume died for the pullback trade, it's just been an easy one, first off 15.25 and then now off 15 even. It's still sliding down towards that low of the day. That's where my target is going to be all out. I'll be flat in front of that low of day. I've moved my stop down to 15 even, so no longer using that 25 level as I mentioned. So the structure relatively simple on Sonos. It doesn't always work that way, but a stock that's not as volatile. So anticipating that once it did settle down, and we'd have a nice calm direction. The market, however, is continuing to head southbound, so some of these shorts starting to look pretty good.
Look, guys, man, I really hope, I'm trying to tell you guys, that's why I'm trading less positions here. We're trying to show you guys some of the thought patterns here and what we're really thinking about and what I need to happen, why I'm holding shorts, how many shares I'm putting on, what kind of risk we have on these positions, guys. 85.40 right here. Ting, 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 ting. So we short this thing. We did get a little bit out there, but we re-shorted right after. Now we're coming to the downside. We did identify this in the NASDAQ. Why was the NASDAQ going down? I said something's fishy here, and then AMD, wake up and smell the coffee, and you start heading to the downside now. So AMD, a nice little win there. We got to celebrate it, man, because we picked this one through the weeds and get a little psychedelic on you, AMD. I still think, man, if this flush is for real, AMD has more moves to go here, more downside. So we'll wait for this, man. 84.80. I hope you're enjoying everything there. Yeah, Marlon, yeah, look at those fills, baby. That's what we do. This is multiple stocks, multiple fills, multiple positions. You know when I've got something on, I'll tell you every time. Nikola, though, still waiting for this to go upside. My out's just going to be back down here, man. If it breaks 24, so be it. Nikola, like I said, the highest stock for either one today, guys.
Jumping back to a couple of other names that I want to put on here. I did mention already Sonos, but I want to go back over to PPSI. We talk about parabolic movers quite often here and the structure of those trades, and you got to be willing to play it in both directions. Typically, I'm shorting these stocks. That's usually be the case, and I did try it one time. There was a good long break. I was waiting for, at some point, halt mechanisms to come in. I'm a little surprised that it didn't halt, but it is what it is. It did come back in. I thought maybe 5 would be that retracement level where it would get some consolidation before bouncing back up, which we've seen happen in the afternoon time and time again. Do not ignore the fact that just because it's come off $3, there could be a second push to the upside that could go $1, $2, $3, even break the high, whether it's 130 or 230. I've seen it too many times to ignore it. I thought maybe it would be a $5 consolidation. For now, it looks like it's trying to do that same thing at 6. I still think there's obviously a bit of a slowdown in the selling that happened the first time at 5. I think the same thing could happen here over lunchtime. If that's the case and we fail to break 5 even, watch out for a secondary squeeze, especially above this area here at about 650 to 7. That could take you to high of day. I've seen it too many times to try and ignore it. Made a little bit of money shorting an afternoon play, but I never quite catch those long breaks when they come at 1:30, 2 o'clock. PPSI is setting up exactly for one of those plays.
Yeah, PPSI, that was pretty easy actually for this. The only problem is not holding it long enough. We take the 63-cent win there, but then our jaw drops as that comes all the way back to the downside. That would have been a pretty sweet $2 win on an $8 stock, but we'll take out that, I don't know, 7-8% there on that one. So good move on PPSI. Easy one, man. When they fade out like that, no problem. We don't have a problem shorting those. The one trade that we did fall on our face, we had somebody ask about WWR. Yeah, I missed the step on that one. Short, catching all the profits. We reversed small long there, got out there. Then it pops all the way back up. So all these shorts would have been good, man. $11 and $12, but who cares? Right now you're down to 10. So watch out if you do break this little level. But this could be a good spot to go long and just play off of 10. So you could get another little bump up there in the aftermarket, after the show, not after the market. Obviously, we'll see what happens tomorrow. AMD, a nice little out there around 85. That's why you got to capture those winners. Hammer the trade when they're there, man. Capture the winners, because I told you something was fishy, and I said if we could get out down to 85, we'd get it all out. That's the truth, man. We draw the line in the sand and we put it right out there for you. I hope you're enjoying the show today, and it's been a good one. Only 5 minutes left in our show. People asking, do we trade after this? Sure, we trade a little bit after this. We obviously have a lot of show preparation to do for you guys as well. Always trying to make the show bigger and better for you. So yeah, we trade, and I post. If you follow me on Twitter, like yesterday I was talking about that NNOX, we'll post some headlines as they go. I'll probably post some of the positions throughout. So you could definitely find us all over there, ask us questions. But yeah, we still trade in the afternoon.
100%. Only 5 minutes, guys. It's been a wild and crazy morning. Still looking to see if we can hold those lows. And remember, of course, Brennan did come with that Boeing news. It has made some kind of a level here. I thought maybe if it dipped further, 162 looked like it, but 165 is the current bottom. It's trying to rally, but retesting that low once again. If that does break, I'm still thinking 162 is going to be the key level to the downside that maybe it can try to hold. Volume tapering off, but still trading significantly higher volumes than it was throughout the morning session. So Boeing probably has not settled things yet. It is part of the catalyst to the move down. I think we were already sliding below that level that Arun had mentioned at 3,400 before Boeing came in. So if there's going to be a sell-off in the afternoon, get your shorts ready. Boeing through 165 could take you like a $3 downside type play, guys. As we mentioned, of course, we appreciate all the support. A couple of things before we get out of here that we usually have to do, guys. But I want to go back over to just one last name that I want to review. I talked a little bit about one short that I was holding for a longer term. The other one, of course, is BioNTech. It's two legs here that I've tried this exact same trade on sideways action. This time, it is still coiling and looking like it wants to slide off here. I'm not going to move my stop off of above VWAP. I know you could give it this range here at 86.20. That's only risking 50 cents, which is not really enough for a stock like this. Got to risk at least $1 if you think you're going to make $1.50 to $2 downside. Actually, a little bit more than that if it does test a low. Time to get to Brennan with just 3 minutes to go before we got to go, guys.
Okay, yeah, a couple of things to wrap up here, guys. We have, as I said, we're getting kind of back into earnings here, but nothing terribly exciting until Thursday. We have Domino's. We have some of the banks coming next week. There's Paychecks, that online payment processing firm, Payc, I believe is the symbol. That one is aftermarket tonight. Everything else kind of next week into the week after as well, as far as earnings are concerned. Coming up, you can go and watch it right now. Market making, yeah, another educational video all about market making. Is it still, in fact, a profitable strategy? We talk all about that. Lots of good info in that video. Go have a look at it right now. Miss V has the link for you in the chat if you are in need of it. Valeria, tell us what day it is.
Hey Brandon, and hey guys, thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you a great rest of the trading day. Please be kind, spend 1 second of your time and like this video if you haven't yet. For now, go watch our next educational video, the link I'm sending on the chat. And happy Noodles Day, everyone.
Okay, get some pad thai noodles in there. It looks like you can get noodles, very, very versatile food there. So you can get your noodles, now noodles, gluten-free noodles, wheat, whatever, anything, man. Lots of different kinds of noodles. So very diversified, like your portfolio should be. Noodles, the diversified food.
Yeah, I don't know about gluten-free. I'm not a huge fan, Sean. You probably remember that my run-ins with gluten-free food. It's just not that tasty. It is what it is. Of course, I understand celiac is a serious disease. But it's been an interesting show today, certainly. Before we get out of here, you know I like to do it one more time for you. Valeria's already dropped a link, and she just mentioned this one, but you can see my ugly mug one more time before we get out of here. Market making. This happens on every single stock, whether it's done by the big boys, the algos, or individual traders, and it goes all the way down the line in terms of a trading action that you'll see from day traders, not so much anymore. But algos are doing this at all times, and price action is affected by market making when it does get removed. You see some big time flushes and liquidity vacuum. So it's important to understand whether you traded or not. That's why we did this video for you. On the Market Wisdom channel, Valeria has already given you guys a link so you can check this one out right away when you do get it. I hope we don't have noodles today because I had pasta for dinner last night. So we'll take that one off there. And I'm really hoping we don't get that for lunch. And I realized I didn't say that one for you guys. So lunch, lunch, lunch. Lunch, lunch, lunch. It's been an exciting day of trading today. Domino's is making me hungry, but that's the only major earnings that we have to look forward to. It is starting to get back into things here. And watch out, Boeing news. Obviously, it's still continuing to press to the downside, so I think that's going to be a mover. Still trading on its lows as I look at it at 166. You know what time it is, guys. It's been a fun one this morning. Thank you for all the support. We didn't get to 2,000 likes, but you know what? You can make up for it by hitting the like right now, or more importantly, we're almost at 100,000 subs, which I think is a fantastic number. We got some plans for you guys on that one, but you get us to that number, you get to find out what those are going to be. For now, let's make that push. But for the entire team, Valeria, for my good friend Sean Katina, Brennan Wiggins at the desk with the Boeing news today, big one. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.